Hello and welcome to the Life is Storytelling Screencast. This is the show where me and Ernest get together to talk about movies, TV, animation, whatever else. Essentially, the stuff that's not games, which are our primary thing. But as you go from the end of one year to the early part of another, there's usually a bit of a lull in terms of like gaming news and whatnot. So that's kind of why we're starting off on the TV side of things. But I'm your host, Chris Pierce. Today is January 8th of 2020. First episode of the new year, and I'm joined by my co-host, 12. Ernest, how are you doing, man?
I'm good, man. Big chilling, big chilling.
Big chillin'.
Just yeah, big things happening this year. We're about to be
Yep,
roommates.
literally
Yeah.
like the days now. I put it
Yeah,
on the
man.
calendar
Yeah.
as E-Day.
Oh, that's appropriate. Appropriate. Especially we played Gears of War recently. Isn't
We
that
did.
their next
That
game?
was 2025. Yep, E-Day is
That's their
supposed to come out in
prequel, right?
2026. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Let's get it. Let's
Let's
get I
get
mean,
it.
we
Hey,
played
man,
that one.
it
We might as
cannot
well.
be, it has to be better than, no hate. Obviously, that's not a franchise, but it's dated.
Like unless Justin calls it, then I say we play it.
Nah, I'm gonna be like, hey, dude, you should probably play the first one. You know that thing we played without you, and that's the funny thing about that is he thought from his response that he had gotten you to play with him, like he agreed with that.
That I thought it was you.
No, it was supposed to be you.
Oh man. I don't
Because
know. I get
yeah,
confused. Two-player games is really tough in our
it
three-player
is.
group,
It is. It
like
absolutely is.
yeah.
Um, but I need you on reserve because some of the games I know I have reserved with him, I don't know. We're gonna see how it goes, but obviously he's got some new changes going on, and we're gonna see how that be. But yeah, just
Right.
be on the lines, man. Be on the lines. But to all of our followers, new, old, whatever, mom tuning in, hey, wearing the hat you got me for Christmas, thanks. Happy New Year. It is 2026.
Yeah.
And obviously, in the world, a lot's happened and it's crazy. But we're going to just ignore it all for a little bit. We're going to just nerd out of it. Because today we are talking about, I mean, it's generated a lot of talk and we got to talk about it, man. And that is Stranger Things. We're going to be talking about, Ernest already has a short up about his review of the final season, just the final season. There's no spoilers or anything like that. But we're going to be talking about the whole show. We're going to be giving a review of the whole series, how all these pieces of the puzzle came together, and we will be going into spoilers. And obviously, for past seasons, sure, but yes, for the new season as well, because that came out last year, you know. So so that's just gonna have to be how that is. I will say, selfishly, we will not be recording next week. So that is my birthday. It is my birthday week. We got some stuff going on and some things not going on, and I just like all of that. So we're gonna be taking a break again, but then we'll be back the following week with gaming content. We actually have a thing planned. We're gonna build our gaming bingo cards. For things we're wanting to see, or things we're gonna bet we're gonna see this year. And what's on the line? A large pizza, not from Little
Yeah.
Caesars, and that's how you make it have stakes.
Not gonna get that hot and ready on me,
No,
man.
not on
No,
this.
no, no.
You gotta.
Yeah.
It's a bet, and we are fighting for it. But we'll of course get more into that once we're actually doing that because we will do that here on the episode. That'll be our subject 2 weeks from now. But today we're done with the normal. We're going in with the Stranger Things, full series. Last chance, spoiler warning for last season, old seasons. It's ridiculous if you haven't seen the old seasons. But why would you care? They give
Why
you
are you
so much
here
time.
right now? Why
Like
would you watch this?
they've given you
We got
so much
episodes on
time.
other stuff. Yeah,
Right.
man. Yeah.
But it's a big show, and it 100% is a big show. Whether you love it, hate it, underwhelmed about the finale, there's a lot of thoughts on the finale out there. But honestly, actually, you know what? We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into our own thoughts and
Right.
how that all comes to play. But again, I'm just gonna say this for the last time: spoiler warning for all things Stranger Things. Three, two, one. You had your chance. Here we go. Ernest, before we even get into that, I want to give a quick shout out because a lot of movies have been watched. I've been catching up on stuff because Oscars are coming up. We have March, granted it's
Mhm.
March, but we have for a while. Um, but I want to give a huge shout out to Knives Out, Wake Up Dead Man. I freaking loved it. I loved it so much. I've seen it twice now, not on purpose. Um, but yeah, first of all, Daniel Craig, phenomenal. And I really like
As
when
always.
religion's used effectively and not just as a cartoonish villain. And it's kind of like the good and the bad of religion, and that's also really cool. And this one's a bit
Hmm.
more on the serious side as things play out. But I was a really big fan of it. Not going to get any further into it, just giving it a thumbs up. I do suggest giving it a watch. Ernest, do you want to say anything on that?
No, absolutely. I recommend it. Especially if you've seen the ones before, you pretty much know what you're getting into. Like
Yeah,
Chris said, it is a little bit more of a serious tone, but
dark.
and not to say that it isn't funny because it
Oh, it's
definitely
got
has its
comedy for
comedy
sure.
within it. But yeah, yeah, it is a little bit more serious. But that's something that I enjoyed. Like the diversity throughout this series has been amazing
Insane.
because two
Mhm.
is such a grander stage than that first one. And what we get here is definitely like the grittier of all of them, I would say.
For sure.
Not that it's like super like there's not blood and
It's
guts
not
all
over
over
the
the
top.
place or anything like
It's not
that,
a
but
Snyder
you
cut.
know what I
It's
mean.
not a Snyder cut.
Right, right.
It's still a Johnson movie, but for sure.
But no man, like Ryan Johnson has just like really found his stride, like the
Yes, he
stuff he
did.
puts out there is so good. Not that he wasn't in stride from the beginning, like you showed me Brick.
I love
Yeah.
Brick.
And it was great, but like oh, to see him work with the resources that he has now is
And
just a
these
pleasure
ensemble
all the
casts
time.
every time.
Right, yeah, he's
That's
he's
three
able
for
to get
three.
all these amazing actors in here. He's able to have the stage, the sound, the lights, all these things to make a wonderful picture. It's
Yeah,
so wonderfully shot as well. Like angles and everything mean so much in a movie like this,
yeah.
and it's done to damn near perfection.
He's
Yeah.
got it. He's got it down 100%. The only other thing I want to give a shout out to is a TV show, and that is Pluribus. It is finished. I'm not getting too far into that. It is one, honestly, and I'm just so happy you finished it because I was like, hey, I watched the first two episodes when it premiered, and I was like, hey, man, are you cool to check out like one of these episodes and just see where you sit with it? And like, I'm glad you didn't ask a single thing, like, because I didn't know what to even say.
Yeah,
And I was
I don't know what in my head told me like you know what, don't tell me what it is, I'm just gonna go in blind, and you
yeah,
were like, that's actually perfect for this show.
and it
And
saves me the trouble of
yeah,
thinking what the fuck to say.
and with that, like I think I enjoyed it even more because
Yeah,
I didn't know the premise,
yeah.
because once you find out what it is like, okay, I can probably imagine some
Now you're in
things
for the
that are
ride.
going to happen.
Yeah, yeah,
Nah, man. Yeah, just go in there blind. Yeah,
yeah.
watch that show.
But
It's speaking of being well shot,
oh
it's
yeah,
such a beautiful
it's gorgeous.
show,
It's
and
gorgeous.
not so much on a grand stage. It is very like, it's houses, it's like the
Right.
supermarket, things
You get
like
some
this, but it's
jungle. You
all
get some
so
jungle in
beautiful
there.
now.
But yeah,
Right, true,
for
true.
sure. But I just want to give a shout out. I'm not gonna. We're not doing spoilers or going into it or anything. But the opening of the final episode is one of the most chilling pieces of television I've ever watched, and I freaking loved it. And I know there's gonna be a lot of back and forth with more seasons and what like that. But right now I'm just being like, dude, nah, I called it. Screw them. So
I
just
would say I would say the end is pretty chilling as well,
oh, for
you
sure.
know?
For sure.
Yeah.
It's just you see, okay, we're not gonna get into it, but like we can talk about that off air. But there's just
And
like
because it's
you
not
gotta
like
watch.
boo, it's like, oh no, like
Right. The
this is this is
realization,
pretty bad.
because
Yeah.
that's like it's a one. Honestly, it's a one-two punch of being like, oh, bro, where are we going,
Yeah.
man? But hey, dude, we have our own kind of pluribus Avengers team coming up over there, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, just wanted to give those two things a shout out. Good movie. Oh, honestly, well, okay, Pluribus is on Apple TV, but uh, Wake Up Dead Man is on Netflix. So there you go.
Mm.
But Stranger Things, like about a decade in the making. I think that actually comes up to about 9 years. It's just a little short. I'm not 100% sure, but all those kids sure aren't the small, skinny babies that I saw in that first season. It's insane.
Yeah, I mean, there are 9 to 10 years, like in a decade, a lot of stuff happens. A lot
Yeah,
of growth happens,
Millie
hopefully,
has a
like as a
child.
person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she
Yeah, they're
adopted it,
they're
but yeah.
full on
Yeah.
adults now,
Right, 100%. Oh, and
So
she's married, of course. But yeah.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Finn Wolfhard is Finn. We've seen another movie where
He
Dustin
is
Dustin died.
accurate.
That one that
Yeah, dude. Oh, dude, go. Speaking of really good
Go for it.
movies,
Go
you
for it.
know,
Go for it.
the
I don't even remember the name.
please
Something
don't
about the mountain.
please don't destroy the treasure of Foggy Mountain.
Mm.
And is a wonderful movie. It is so funny.
It
It
is
is so
hilarious. It is so funny.
yes.
And Conan O'Brien's
Yeah.
in it too. Um,
And Gaten's in there,
yep.
and Gaten kills
He's
and
great.
dies.
He's not who I expected
Yeah.
in the spot they had him in, and he was awesome.
And he's
Um,
himself too in that
he
movie.
is a
It's
hundred
like
percent. No, he
awesome.
is literally him, and yeah, and it just
He was
it
like, "I
plays
did
out,
Stranger Things. What are you talking about?" It's beautiful.
and it's hilarious, dude. It's so funny.
Yeah, man.
Um,
But, like, that's how much of a pop culture thing it is, though,
yeah,
that,
no,
like
absolutely.
and at the same time, like, I really hope to see like, there's a lot of talented people in this cast. I really hope to see a lot of them go on and do more things because I think a lot of them have the capability of being more than just their character. We've seen a lot of them kind of do it already, like Finn's out there, Millie's out there,
I was like, Finn's
Sadie's
in
out there,
horror
stuff
all
like
over
that.
the place because he did this
Right,
and
right,
It Chapter One around the same. Well, he was a
right.
child in both. So yeah.
And
Um,
but I admire the lot of them as
yeah.
actors, and I'm ready to see them do even more stuff. Like,
And
yeah,
I
it's
haven't
gonna be
watched
cool.
it, but I do want to watch Enola Holmes at some point. Is it
Yeah,
mainly because of
yeah,
Henry
yeah. There's
Cavill?
two,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, and a third's coming out. But Millie's good.
Does he like shotgun his arms in there?
You
I
say
hope he
that. I
does it.
shared that gift today. God damn. No,
Dude,
but
it's awesome.
because in the newest Batman issue from the like the run that's going on right now, there's a part where he's undoing his cuffs because he has to fight as Bruce Wayne, and in my mind I was like, oh, I see you. I see you. I see you in there, bro. I see you, dog. But yeah, no. And obviously, the biggest thing right now is we know Sadie Sink is in the new Spider-Man. We don't know
Right.
who. Obviously, I think everyone's guessing. She has red hair, but like it's just I don't know. We're gonna see.
Yeah.
We're gonna
I
see.
mean, Gwen Stacy's blind, bro. Like,
All right, man.
it's the thing.
I'm
but but a lot of people have been talking about Caleb for Miles Morales. I see it all the
Yeah.
time
And recently
online.
he shared
I
videos
don't
on
want it.
his like socials that he's doing like what is it? It's not Taekwondo. It's like
Like, I
some
mean,
fighting
he's
stuff,
like
and he's doing
doing
like twirls and
crazy
shit. Like, yeah,
flips
yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff.
Why
Right,
don't you want
right.
it? You think
And
he's too old?
he's a badass. Yeah, yeah. I think they should get a teenager, like a kid, to start
No,
off at
because he's the
least.
one
You
person
know,
in this show that I was like, no, he still looks exactly like he did in the first season.
he does,
No, he
but
doesn't.
I
No, he's
mean,
huge. He's huge. He's so
he
big.
you
He had
can
stubble.
you,
He had stubble.
you can tell a lot of them shaved.
Yeah,
Like, you could
not Will.
see that some of them
No, no
like
hate to
had.
Will, but not Will. But yeah.
But I mean, that man had to glow up too.
Oh, for
Honestly,
sure.
like
And dude, he's
he was a
also
tiny
jacked.
child.
He's so big.
Yeah, and
He's
he
so
just
big.
yeah,
Because
it's
when you see him do
crazy,
the
man.
power
But
thing, I was like, bro, you're flexing like crazy right now. It's
oh, dude,
awesome.
his gay powers are so dope. I love them. Yes, yes. Go Noah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, man. But like, it's such a thing. It's such a thing in the world, and it's for a reason. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like, and it's. I really think it's one of the best shows out there. Like,
Yeah,
easily. I wouldn't say it's like
it is a special
I
show,
don't think it's
100%.
I don't think it's even in like my top 5,
Hmm.
like as far as like my favorite thing, you know.
That
But
is like
like
completed or anything.
I respect this show so much.
Yeah.
Like, the things that it did, because for those first 4 seasons they continuously had everybody talking. It was one of those like event shows where
Right.
it's not even if you don't like watch TV like that, you know that Stranger Things is a thing, you know, like Game of Thrones level type stuff.
Right. Right.
and and yeah, man, yeah,
And
for
it's
I
funny
think for the
because
most part we like it a lot,
oh
right?
yeah, we're fans, and I will say I don't
Yeah,
think either one of us are deterred from the show from its ending. Because my
no,
favorite part of the last episode is the ending. Like it's like a 40
yeah,
minute epilogue, and I was like, this is amazing. This is great. I love this, and it ends on it ends on the perfect note. I think it ends on the
yeah.
perfect note. Um,
I my eyes were moist for the better part of
I
an
feel you.
hour there,
I
you
feel
know?
you.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. I because
yeah,
so and I talked about this with you, so we're just gonna go into this. Um, I told you there was a part that like I feel like they were kind of forcing an emotion and I didn't feel anything. It's when
The sister,
yep, 100%.
Callie.
Yeah, wait, what?
Yeah, Callie.
Oh
Isn't
yeah,
that
I
her
thought you
name?
said L and I was like,
Yeah.
no, she's the main character.
No,
But
you only heard
yes.
the L in Callie. Yeah, yeah. I
But
held
when
it
she
together.
gets shot and then like Hop, it's so funny because it starts off with Hopper just like, I'm not gonna bring her with me. He has to go
I
back.
mean, it's not like that. He was put in a situation where he had to make
He was, and
decisions
I mean, you pick your kid
and
for sure.
yeah,
And
yeah.
before
I
even
talked
that
to you
moment,
the other day.
he even said, I don't trust her. And we all know he shouldn't. We've heard the plan that she constructed.
Oh, right, right.
You
Yeah,
told me the other
and
day what?
he was totally against that plan.
Yeah,
The other day about the kids hanging off the cliff and the mom has to save one of them.
right.
With Elijah Wood and Macaulay Culkin,
Hmm.
The Good Son.
Right,
That's what
right,
it's
right.
called. Yeah, yeah. And it's not necessarily that situation, but you're put in a situation where like, are you gonna save yourself? Or are you gonna save one of these kids with you? Or are you gonna like throw yourself away trying to save both of them? I feel like that was more of the situation in that scene. Like he could have tried to carry both of them and not made it as far, and it wouldn't have worked out for anybody. You know what I mean? So I I feel him in his decision, but it is
Yeah.
brutal. It
But
is
I will
brutal
also
though.
say, because and this is where I like cracked up at that moment. Because literally Hopper has a plan to get out of there. And Elle's like, but what's her name?
Callie.
Callie. But Callie, and that's when he's like, it's not a Jim stare at the camera, but I registered that at and then he goes back. I don't think he does because he's a good dude. He's a good dude. He's
Yeah,
100% overbearing. And I will say, in terms of like character development, I don't know if like that ever got tamed into the extent that I think we should have had. I don't know. But at the same time, like I don't know. I've never had a superpowered daughter. I don't know.
yeah. Not
But like,
experienced in that department.
but literally,
Yeah.
dude was like, we had the whole conversation about him like hiding the fact that he had like a bomb vest for every mission he went out on, and he was prepared to
Yeah.
not come back, even though he promised I would come back. And this is not the first time he's done crap like that. And it's just like, okay. But you can't doubt, you cannot question, he absolutely loves Elle. He's a good
Yeah.
dude, and the people he cares about deeply. And as you also know, he's lost someone, and we'll get into that
Right.
because it's part of one of my favorite speeches in a little bit. But yeah, when we had that whole moment of having to say goodbye to the sister, I do feel because everyone, like the internet, the worlds, I never bought into the fact that it was retconned, but I did forget until my rewatch that it's the first episode of season two. Think back that many years. It was the first episode of season two, is the only time you see or hear about this person. And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
we're here, and it's like, okay, cool. And I was excited. Honestly, I was pretty
But like
excited she was
what if
back.
they didn't bring her back though? You
Nothing bad would
know?
have happened. No one would
It
have
would
cared.
have, but it that's bullshit
That's
because
not bullshit.
you
Everyone
know
already, so
people
people
would
already
have
assumed it
been
was retconned.
people would have been like, "Where was she? It's one of the loops they didn't close," and all this.
So people might
Just
have, but
basing
I
that
don't
off
think
of like people
what's
poking
happening now.
holes wherever they can.
Right, but nobody,
Like,
for the most part, majority doesn't want her back. She's not a popular character because nobody got any time with her. And season two, and I agree with this because of my rewatch. Season two is the most disliked season. Maybe not now. I because
yeah,
the gay episode was review bombed, and I don't think that's probably for a good reason. Um, but
nobody went out there with love in their heart, bro.
no one,
Like,
no
yeah,
one. But that was just a part that like obviously not a lot of people liked. I know I will say I never hated it. I understood the vibe, but like at a
mm,
certain point when it's been again, this is also part of the most valid criticism you can have of the show is how long it took for the seasons to come out. You can absolutely criticize that because there's a limit. There just is. But with so long after not even having that character mentioned, referred to, or whatnot, it's like okay. I really don't think I'm not saying first of all I don't think she should have come back. I was excited to see her. I was like, oh, we're gonna do something cool with her. We didn't, but I was happy to see. I was happy to see her.
she was really there just to plant the seed as to why it was going to end the way that it did. You
Right.
know,
And
like yeah,
add to the story of like how there's these pregnant women in the upside down that they're trying to make more of these kids, and we don't see them get taken out of the upside down, so they might have died at the very end with them.
right, yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know, man.
But
You take what you can with you there, but yeah.
but yeah,
Um,
she was essentially there just to like close that loop, to be one
Close
of the
that
loops
loop,
that were closed. Yeah,
and she is instrumental in saving the kids because we have that whole part where her ability is the only way they can do
and she's like doing the
exactly
Mirage
right,
thing and
right, right. Like you have
proving
a
that
lot of
he's bad.
shows
Yeah,
where somebody's like, oh, you don't realize that's recording, you just revealed your whole plan. They had their own version of that. um and it worked. And not only did he just say all the things there, he's like, okay, I'm gonna bring out my Vecna claw and make you pay. And they're like, oh my god, he is a monster.
yeah,
um
yeah.
but I will say, in terms of what I don't like about the show, I think Vecna is the weakest villain this show has.
Like just because these kids whoop them a lot.
Not only
Is that
that,
why?
I just so first of all, I don't 100% know because like he got beaten. Like I don't know why we had to carry on to another season. I'm happy because we did because of where we left off. I want that to be very clear. I love the bookends, man. I love the bookends. I think the first season is like the most perfect you can get with something like this. And then we just continue on from there. And like there is some ebb and flow from that point. But what we end up getting with a lot of the like honestly, all these characters, I love. I love, love, love. And we're again where we leave off. I'm so happy. Um, but yeah, Vecna, again, I was telling you about this before we were recording. It's very much a thing where like it's 100% clear he was not the main focus. Like they didn't have Vecna in mind at the very beginning of the show.
Mm.
Um, and when they do make him the focus, when they're like, "Oh, it was Vecna, it was Agatha all along." It was Vecna all along. It does. You can, as an adult watching these things, you can see kind of like the narrative shifting to make that the thing. And because of that, I was just like, okay. And then when you get to the final season,
I think
um,
I mean I don't know to what extent,
uh,
but I have read that the Duffer Brothers had the ending in mind when they began the show, or like as they
yeah,
were
but
going
I
through
mean, they've
season one
confirmed
and
that
stuff like that. But I
Vecna
don't know
wasn't
if
the
Vecna
mastermind
was
at the
the villain the
beginning.
whole time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
they didn't. But because when they talk about the ending, they do mean the epilogue. Like
okay,
11 was never part of the
gotcha.
like 11 biggest spoiler. 11 was never going to be part of the group or anything like that. There's this whole thing about you're having to leave certain things behind to be able to move on. And again, if you're talking about the what where the art is of this show, it's right there. It's right there. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. But yeah, Vecna, I might have ended up liking him if we but at the same time, if you don't, it's just like the last season. Because the only reason we get another season, this is the only season where we have a returning villain. Because there's a creature of the season each season. Um, and like, I don't know. I never had that mesh that I was just like, oh, dude, this is the guy. I do think it's Jamie something. It's not Jamie Bell. That's somebody else. Jamie someone is the actor who plays Vecna. And I do think they're very good. And I do think the practical effects are so good. And even when they do the
Jamie
CGI,
Campbell Bower.
there we go. Thank you.
Yeah.
I do think all of that is great. You see why this is like the most expensive Netflix show. It's gorgeous. As somebody who just recently watched It Welcome to Derry, a show that's being compared to this show a lot. Um, the CG in that show is terrible. It's so bad. It's so bad. So bad. But it's still a great show. It doesn't necessarily hinder it, but when they focus on the CG, it's like holy shit. And there's a point where they stop, and we'll talk about that later because Ernest says he's gonna watch that at some point. Um,
Wait, what
but
show?
Welcome to Derry.
Oh yes, that's right. I am going to watch it. Yes.
Wait a minute, what are you
Um,
promising me? What are you promising for me? Just kidding.
but I admire Vecna as a villain.
Mm,
I think that like he does it, although you may be right, and in those earlier seasons, because I haven't rewatched it, but
mhm,
like in those earlier seasons, while he might not be like even in the background yet or anything like that,
mhm.
and he is something that's kind of inserted over time. Once we do get him, I think a lot of his like vulnerabilities and him being defeated in that last season really really shifted some things to make it to where the kids were as confident as they were going in to like fight him that second time. Like we
Hmm.
already beat this dude. We just need to finish him off. But
Right.
like so like I enjoyed that ride and
Yeah.
what came from him being vulnerable and stuff like that. Him just not being like all powerful and things like this. Like to the
Right.
point he needs those 12 kids in order to like pull off his plan. He doesn't have this like infinity gauntlet or anything like this
Right.
that's
His
just going to
Infinity
like do the
Gauntlet is
work for
children.
him.
He
Right.
had to
Right.
gather all of them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
that's the whole part of the
Yeah,
season.
because and I think like not to take anything away from these characters and like the fucking superheroes that they are because they are pretty OP for being kids, but they are
Yeah,
still kids, right? So
for
like
sure.
resources and things like this may be limited. Like we got all the weapons that fucking what's the name? Murray could like smuggle in and like some stuff that Hopper took from the police department, and that's about what we're working with here, right?
Right.
Some Molotovs and stuff that you made at home,
Yeah.
like a slingshot. Go at it, man. So
Good
to
old trash
be
can shield. Yeah.
defeated by them like this, like I think Spider-Man probably could have taken care of this like on his own. You know what I
Probably,
mean?
probably.
Like,
And that's why they're
like you put
eyeing
a
one of these casts
Constantine
for
or
it.
something like that on the case, and it would have been
Right.
over in an issue. But these are kids going up against him. So I think it is good that he wasn't too powerful, although he did get out there and whoop some military butts, which
He
military
did.
lives do not matter in this show whatsoever. Like
It
nobody
does.
gets punished for killing military
And
people.
that's insane. That is hilarious. That is because like that's another thing. Because we have I think her name's Linda Connor. No, she's Sarah Connor in the Terminator. I think her name's Linda something. But
But the general lady,
yes, the
right?
general,
Yeah,
who is
yeah.
a big cameo, and of course, again, she herself is a reference to the time period this show's trying to capture. Um, she and I knew it, so that was my like from the first three episodes, which I people forget. Like everyone was so happy with those first three episodes when those come out. Like even the online chamber of hatred was like, dude, those powers are so cool. But then they made Will say the words, I don't like girls, and everyone hated him. I was like, okay, you're all terrible. Um, but those first three episodes,
Oh, can you hear me? I can't hear you, but I don't know if it's a me thing. Okay. So I wonder if I should talk. So I hate this show. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, I heard that.
okay, you can hear me
Oh,
now.
that wonderful laugh. That little
Okay.
giggle. Mm.
I was like, look at me, Ernest, it's me. But yeah, my bad. I accidentally, as I was talking, I smacked my microphone.
The
Um,
emotions knocked it out of its socket, man.
but this first three episodes, the point of what I was trying to make was like there was so much love for them. Like we were really excited for where the show was gonna go, and then from there was just a bit of not for me. Just in terms of like public opinion, I loved seeing the people that stay positive throughout. You can still criticize your like that's what we're doing here. Like
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like whether Ernest likes Vecna a lot or I don't think he's that great. Like we still both really like the show. I think
Yeah,
they did
I don't
it was
think
good.
it's perfect either, you know?
Yeah, no, I don't
Like,
think it's
yeah,
perfect either.
yeah, it definitely has its downfalls. We had some lulls throughout those seasons
For sure,
and stuff like that.
for
Like,
sure.
we maybe spent too much time on this or that, like that I wasn't as invested in as some of the other storylines going on and stuff like this.
Yeah.
But like it always got back on track for me. I was always just
For
like
sure.
reinvested by the
Yeah,
time we got to the end of that episode.
right.
So
Even
like,
season
because I
two.
think
Yeah.
I was
Oh,
gonna say even the other sister episode, like at the end of it, Millie's going back and it's like for a reason, and it's like, okay, we're getting back on track. I got to see what happens next.
right.
Like
Right.
like every single time they brought me back in, and I wanted to see what happens. So
For sure. And
I
that's
mean,
what I
it
was
does a
like what
great
I was
job.
saying about season two is like when you get to the end of that season, even though like it's pretty widely regarded that it's like the lower season, like it's not everyone's favorite.
Mhm.
When you get to the end of that, it's a solid ending. And I do think that like that's where they kind of go through with everything, like every season. Honestly, just don't watch like the little after credit bit of season one. You really don't have to watch anymore. It's like a
Like
perfect.
that's a whole
It's
story
a whole
on its
story. It
own.
comes to a
Yeah,
conclusion, and it's precious and just very sweet in itself. But at this point, of course, I would say there's a whole end ending here that I do think emotionally there's so much justice to these characters and the time they've spent as these characters that it's so good. I do again love the ending. Um, but before we get to the ending, I do want to say the whole show's great. I mean, the whole series.
yeah,
Because again, I
yeah.
did rewatch the show. I'm not going to do like any ranking of the season. Obviously, I think it's very clear. I think season one's the best. But it's and then season two was doomed to not be as good because like season one was lightning in a bottle. Like it's so hard to replicate that. And then we
It
found our
is.
groove
And
after that.
because even though we do have like, you know, the look back at that time and the aesthetic of it all,
Right.
like as we're going through it, like
Mhm.
I don't think it was really as impactful as that first season at any point
Right.
after, you
No.
know, because oh man, they just nailed it. And like how hard they were nailing it is really what I think put this show on the map in the
Oh
first
yeah.
place. Like one of the major factors. And then you add in all the sci-fi and stuff like that to it. These kids being little dorks that are like, you know, out here doing their best to save
They're
their friend. It was a
adorable.
great
They're
story.
actually their
Yeah,
age.
man.
It's the only
Ah,
season
big
they're
time.
their age, and it's like, oh, this is so precious. This is so cute.
I
It's so
I
good.
saw a thing where it was like a compilation of Finn and it and just like all of his characters like quips and stuff like that.
Oh
And
yeah.
in that he was a baby. And that was after
Yep.
Stranger Things started.
Little
Like he
boy.
was a itty
Little
bitty
boy.
boy.
Tiny
Yeah.
child. Um, but
Who
yeah, this should what are you gonna say?
through and through, I want to know
Robin.
who's your favorite character throughout the whole
Robin.
show?
Robin's my favorite character.
Robin.
Mhm.
Wow.
I love
Wow,
Robin.
I like it.
And my favorite friendship is Robin and Steve. I just love them so much. I think they're so good, and that's one of the few things, because and I do think another very valid complaint that I do see from people that are talking sanely about their criticisms for this is that the show does kind of get too big in the character space to where it's almost impossible to give everyone their due. Um,
Right.
you were just talking about who's the funny guy who was helping Hopper with the explosive? Marty? No.
Oh, oh man, now you made me forget.
You
It's Abe.
Nope.
It's
Um,
not Abe.
it's the one who knows Kung Fu.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just a Murray.
Murray, there you
Murray?
go. I was like, Marty,
Is that
Marty
it?
Supreme. Yeah, it is Murray. It's Murray.
Okay.
He just disappears after they like at the end of the movie. He's not part of the epilogue
Yeah.
at all. And like that would be one thing if he was like, oh, this is the one season he's in. He's been with us since season two.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Erica,
He
the sister of Lucas, she has one little bit at the very end where she shoots off some confetti, and that's it.
yeah, she's just helping Dustin like with his plan and
Right.
stuff. And
And
like that's it.
again, like
Yeah.
if she'd only been in here, like we just met her, but like when we first got her in the show, guess what, season two, I didn't think she was gonna like continue with us, but she did.
Yeah.
She was with us the whole ride, and then we just were done. But again, it's because there's just a lot of characters, and
And
yeah,
if they would have extended it another 20 minutes to like give everybody a send off and stuff like that.
Mm.
Like at the end, like she's in that scene
She is. She at least shows her
with
face.
Caleb. His
Yes.
name's not Caleb in the show. With
Right.
Lucas.
Lucas.
But so yeah, like it's not like she just like disappears into nothing or like
Right. She
because
shows. She shows up.
Murray like doesn't get anything. He's
He's
not in
gone.
any scenes or
There's not a
anything like
word
that. But
mentioned about him. Yeah.
yeah, but I think if we would have extended it to give every single person like this is what happened with the teacher and stuff, like you know, like
Right.
I think some of the impact of that it was very appropriately like
Right. And that's what I'm saying.
timed out
Like, so
because it
that's
was
the
enough
whole
to like
point.
keep those emotions going, you know.
Right. Because it's
Yeah.
like, because the point where you make all these characters this big, maybe you shouldn't have. Because I guarantee you, no hate to Murray, I loved his character. You probably could have, like, there's so much of that Russia side mission in season four. It's just like lessen him
Right.
a little bit then, so we don't notice it later. Erica, a little bit more, because, like, I mean, she
I
just really does matter. I don't know.
I don't think because you don't get a send off you don't matter. These are
Yeah, no,
still
well,
like
no, that's
very
just it's the
important
show saying
characters
they don't
right up
care.
until
Yeah.
the end.
I'm just kidding,
I
but
don't think that it's the show saying that they don't care. I think that's a little harsh, like I feel like they did play very important roles,
they did. So that
like you
doesn't
said,
take that
this is
away.
and like they like all of these characters like were added for reasons. It
Mhm.
didn't really feel like at any point any of these characters were given stuff to do just to have something to do. Like they were trying to go somewhere with the Russian mission.
Right, but
But
it
like
it just so yes, obviously there's the save Hopper, obviously, but
right, right,
in
right.
terms of the last season, because of having like us not seeing it, there's obviously no character arc or anything for Murray, and I mean I'm not complaining about that. I don't know, like there wasn't one to begin with. He's just the quippy guy, but just because he just stopped showing up, it does render him. He was a plot device for the final season.
I
He blew up
so I
something, and he's
don't
gone.
I don't disagree about the cast being too big. Let me say that first of
Yeah,
all.
and I'm just saying like
But I also just think that them not having like that grand send off at the end or anything doesn't take away from the things that I appreciate about these characters though.
yeah, Murray's still
Like cuz
funny.
they are still really good
Murray's still funny.
and I'm still good without getting like a Murray scene or
So,
whatever.
okay, and I'll accept that. There's one character that's not in this whole season that, yes, it 100% means he didn't matter enough to come back, and that is Argyle.
Oh yeah. No, he
They
just
just didn't
got
invite him. And
dropped.
if you've seen interviews, it's
Yeah.
really sad because he's just like,
Dude,
I don't know.
it's
Haven't heard
he was
back.
so cool.
He's
I
so
very
funny.
much like that character
He's
so
great.
much,
And then, like we see him in other
so
comedic
much.
roles and he's great everywhere. But yeah. I saw an interview yesterday of I don't know when it was. It had to have been when he had just showed up at the show or something, but they were asking if like he was part of the because apparently the core crew like has a store like a text group that they're part of and everything. And he's like, well, you have to be invited to that, and I haven't been invited. And I was just like,
Oh.
holy shit, I'm so sorry. I would feel so bad if I asked that question. Um, but yeah, and again, whether it's Murray, whether I'm talking about Argyle here, like I don't think they're instrumental in like Murray again plot wise is instrumental in the final season because he is part of what helps them get through things other than just the government giving up at the very end. Um, but outside of that, like it's just good to see the characters, and I think Kit Laser put it best, and I've seen other people do it as well. Um, the show is at its best in the character moments.
Oh yeah.
Like
Yeah, yeah.
like one of my
And
favorite things is the Dustin and Steve dynamic. That shit's beautiful. It's great. What are we gonna say?
it is. And I was gonna say, like, it being so character driven, and I thought of this when I watched Kit Laser's reviews before we came on here.
Mhm.
Because he's my thank you, Stranger Things, for giving us Kit Laser. I love that dude.
He has a whole
Um
podcast. It's like called
but
Streaming
and that's
King.
not his
Shout out.
name, and that's
It's
not
not.
his name. But
He is a
Chris,
Chris, but he has Kit Laser
he's a
on his
Chris.
TikTok. So
I mean, yeah, what do you expect at this point,
his
right? Like,
Instagram,
I'm
his
pretty
movies
sure
are
you can, like,
therapy.
it's a Wikipedia thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Look
100%.
him up. He's great.
100%. Look him up.
Um,
He has really cool
but
hats.
yeah, I was watching him earlier, and what was the thing we were just talking about? I
We were
got
talking about
confused.
character moments, character driven
Right.
stuff.
And when he was talking about it being character driven, I think that's part of the reason that I'm not too upset because they should have said something about the military and the whole end part,
Yeah, I didn't expect.
because
It's just like
while the colonel or general or whatever the hell rank she was,
yeah,
just kind of like she's a person that just disappeared, and there
she
is no
left.
repercussions from like killing all of these like government officials or
Hopper
anything
gunned
like
him
this.
down, bro. Like it was so
Yeah, bro, just out there like crazy. They just chalked it all up. I think there's like a brief line where they're like, oh, the government just covered it all up because they didn't want people to
right.
find out what happened.
Mm.
But like, somebody should have been in some kind of trouble,
And
right?
also, if you're going to
But
cover
I don't know
something
if
up,
I
you don't
want that
let that
court
many
scene.
people walk away without any repercussions. It's
They're
crazy.
gonna tell this
They're gonna tell.
story
They already
someday.
did
Like,
it. Like season three
sign
is
this
literally them being
NDA.
like, we can't say anything, and they said something. It's like okay. Oh
And
man.
I'm at the end too. Finn, Mike
Mike.
says, it's the story that I can't write. That
Mm.
and as he goes into the things that he thinks happened and stuff like that. So maybe they did sign NDAs, but still, pillow talk or something like this when they
Right.
grow up.
Like the
It's
majority
they
of the
gonna
things that
tell
happen in
somebody.
this show are because somebody messed up. Not necessarily the kids, but like it just keeps happening. 11 almost killed somebody. Like she whooped her with an ice skate. Like, oh my God. It's
Oh,
so
that's
awesome.
right. That's a
Yeah,
whole thing, and
it's
there
a
was
whole
never
thing.
any charges pressed. Is
Oh no,
that what you're
she
gonna
got
tell me right
arrested. No,
now?
she did get arrested.
Oh,
Because when she was
I don't remember.
arrested, the government people pulled over the cops and was like, "We'll take her from here," and that's how it came.
Ah,
Yeah,
that's right. That's right. But they were like the government as a whole, very important part of all of this. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
because
from the
they
people in the
caused it.
lab and all that type of stuff. So,
Oh
I
man.
mean, yeah, they kind of did
They
this
they
to
and a
everyone.
scientist, but who is that scientist working for? The government. So yeah, it's a whole thing. Papa. Um, but
Papa.
since we're talking about it, I didn't need him there, and there's again, it's not a character that I like need to see like where is he going from here. He was just again one of my favorite characters. There's one doctor who took over for Papa in season two, and he was kind of like the head guy for a while. I loved him. I absolutely loved him. And do you see him a bit in season four? Because he actually stands up to, I'm not going to remember his name. We're just going to call him Papa. He's the one who actually stands up to Papa and is like, no, you know what? Get her out of here. She wants to go see her friend. And like, it obviously doesn't work out because corrupt government officials always, always. But I mean, he was good through and through. And the last time we saw him, he was like handcuffed in a little room. And I just would have liked to said goodbye because he was honestly
He's
just
still
very
there.
delightful. I doubt it. But
He's still in that room.
I just wanted to see him again because again, he was. There's a lot of bad adults, not acting like bad people, like the characters, and he was like a good one. And when you first
Mm.
meet him, it's such a reasonable thing because the show plays it out like this. You should not trust him when you meet him because he is in the exact same position as Papa, and you just don't know what's going on. But as you get to know him, on the other hand of like how it doesn't work with anybody else, when you get to know this guy, he's actually very sweet and he is looking out for people and he continuously does that. And I loved him. I loved him very much. Um, but yeah, justice for Argyle. I mean, like even if it was like
You
at the very end, I don't know, he could have been delivering pot to Will now that he's not Will. Who's the brother? Who's his brother? You hate him.
will Jonathan.
Jonathan, there you go. I was like, you hate him. You could have delivered pot
I
to Jonathan at the very end.
did I ever use the H word with him? Did I say I hate Jonathan?
You said he's a freak. You've said that.
I said he's a perv,
You
is
said
what I
both.
said. So here's my whole thing, man. And this is
This is
why
season
people are
one.
like,
This is
no, you're
season one.
wrong, Ernest.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's season one. Like
And
it's
you're
the
not alone.
first episodes and shit. Like,
Yeah.
you know, Steve and Nancy are together. For anyone that doesn't, if you made it this far, you probably know. Like Steve and Nancy being together, it's not like I was like super rooting for that relationship or
Mm.
anything like that. But once we get to the scene where Jonathan's like taking pictures of Nancy through the window.
Right.
Like at that point, he's a loser, bro. Like
Yeah.
he like he is a creep. He
Yeah.
is I use creep, not freak.
It's the same thing.
Creep. Um
It's the
is
exact same thing.
being a creep being a freak. When I think of a freak, never mind. The but he's taking pictures through the window and all this stuff, and I'm like, man, screw this dude, you know. And then
Mhm.
at that point, like Steve is mad, he breaks his camera, and Nancy gets mad at him and
Mhm.
stuff. Like, bro, he had pictures of you in there. Like, that's not good. Like, you
Yeah.
not knowing, like that is bad, you know. So from very early on, I was on Steve's side for a lot of it. He shouldn't have gone out there and smeared her name or anything like that.
Right,
But
because he had the two like one-dimensional bad people lackeys that were with that Steve in season
right,
one. Like they were just
right,
outright
right.
jerks. And then Steve stood up
They're
to
just
one and he
I'm a
immediately
bully.
was like, "Oh, I hate you, Steve. I'm gonna be a jerk to you." And we never see
You're
that
right,
again.
right.
But yeah,
Yeah.
they were just literally a devil and a devil on both of his shoulders.
And then
Honestly.
as soon as he's like free from that, like
He's great.
he's
He's
awesome
awesome.
nonstop throughout the rest of the show.
Yep,
So I never liked Jonathan
that's
and
fair.
Nancy being like, oh, I kind of there's always this little flirty vibe with him and stuff like that. I'm like, no, screw Jonathan, man. And then I did get to the points though where I liked him again. You know,
That's
I,
good.
I was never really rooting for, and then Nancy because of all of the things
Dude,
that
Nancy
happened
is
with
the
Steve.
goat of final season.
No,
Yeah.
let me say,
Okay,
because
go
for
on.
a long time it's like a CM Punk thing, right?
Okay.
Like where like I'm a fan, but it's like my favorite person to be like, nah, you
Yeah.
know, going through the seasons. In season 5, there's no denying it though. But all leading up to that, I was like, I don't like Nancy because she went with Jonathan and she did Steve wrong and cheated on him and stuff like this. Like, this terrible. And but then you get to season 5, man, and she's like very clearly like a badass woman and not like
Yeah.
a silly little girl or anything like that. She
Right.
has
And
some
that's
of
the
the
character
best,
development, man.
yeah, she has some of the best character development in the entire show. And where that lands her as a character is so sick. You
It's
know what I
great.
mean? Like
And
she
like
is
you
out
could
there
not
just
guess that
whooping
from
ass.
season one.
Dude, the hair at the end, and
Yeah.
she's like fucking,
Yeah.
and like, you know, like, oh dude, she's the most badass. Like
She's so badass.
I there's a split second in that last season where they're like, you know, somebody has to go out there and be
I
the
was just
bait
thinking the
though.
same thing. Yeah.
Like who's it gonna be? And like without hesitation, in that split second before she says anything, I'm like, they're gonna murder somebody, they're gonna kill some. And then she's like, I got it, and just
Right.
walks off all like confident and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, never mind, she
Never
got this,
mind,
bro.
bro. And you get this really
Yeah, yeah.
cool shot of like obviously she's so small compared to the giant mind flayer that she's about to attack. And like, dude, and she doesn't even bat a freaking eye. It was so cool. It's like
And
what a
the mouth is
development.
like right there in
Yeah.
her face and stuff.
Dude,
Like, yeah, she's just
she's a beast.
unloading the shotgun.
100%.
Yeah,
That bitch is
bro.
stuck in here with me. I was like, okay, you get it, girl. Like, oh my
Yeah, yeah.
God. But in regards to that whole thing, I do think it ended like the best way it could because it's very common you see things like this happen where either it's somebody in the group that the person ends up with and that's just how the relationship goes. So I
Right.
honestly was not very hopeful it was gonna either she was gonna stay with Jonathan, which I didn't hate because I do think the season where they are strong together, I thought they were great. I liked them doing the reporter thing together. And then
Mhm.
obviously you go to the next season and they're not so strong because they're just completely
Hmm.
different spots. But I really love the conversation they have with the unproposal, I guess we can call it, because he pulls out the
It's
ring and he's
beautiful.
like, "Will you
It's
please
great.
not marry me?" And it's great. It's so good. They don't. They're
And it's like
so yeah.
as they think they're about to
They're about to
die,
die.
you
Yep.
know?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And you see
Yeah. And I
again in
love
a
that
lot of those
neither one goes
moments.
back on it after
Right.
either.
Because in
You
those
know?
moments, you'll see a lot of people just be like, I just need to be with someone or anything like that. And they're there for each other. But in that moment, they don't kiss. It's just a very
Right.
tender hug. And dude, so good. And what a nice sell of the ring going over. And they're like, oh, we're not done. We're okay. And this is moments after what, other than the ending, which I think it got the most tears, obviously. But I think before that, the biggest gut punch is Dustin and Steve, where Dustin's like,
Oh
please
man.
stop. I
And
can't
that
do it anymore.
And I know it's kind of the standard answer, but that's my favorite friendship. I mean,
It's
I asked you
beautiful.
earlier. Steve's easily my favorite
Oh, for sure. I
character.
get it. I get it.
That's my profile picture on Netflix, bro. Like
Gotcha. Gotcha.
forever. He's part of the reason I wanted to grow this out. And for a little bit, I was trying to do Steve stuff. That's all him. That's not me.
That's,
But
yeah, the Farrah Fawcett. I'm just
I'm not. Yeah,
kidding.
they don't. I can't find that spray, so I can't do it. But but no, man, Steve is like my favorite. And when he starts getting
He's
close with
great.
Dustin, at first it's so unexpected. Like I never would have paired them together and still until they were put on this mission together and started just rapping with each other and getting close like that. And
Mhm.
especially once it's that scene of them on the railroad tracks. And like it's so vivid in my head. It's such a clear shot in my head. Them
Mhm.
walking down those railroad tracks and Dustin asking for girl advice and
Yeah.
asking how he gets his hair like that. And then when he shows up at the dance, he has his hair all Steve style and
Yeah.
stuff.
And it's
It's
beautiful.
wonderful. It's great stuff, man.
And it also leads to a
And
great Nancy moment because no one will dance with him. And then Nancy's like, come here. And it's like,
oh
oh, because he like
yes.
had a crush on her
Oh
in season
dude.
one. But yeah, it's beautiful.
It's
Um,
great.
but
It's
yeah,
great.
you're absolutely
And
right. And I
like,
do want to just say real quick at the very end, one of the last things you just get a touch of is seeing Steve pick up Dustin from college. And I was just like,
yeah,
oh, my heart. That's so
they
beautiful.
still hang out.
They
They
still
still
hang
hang
out.
out,
They
dude.
still hang out. And
Yeah.
it's so good. It's so good, man.
Ah, mm.
But yeah, no,
As
they're such a
as
good
Mike's going
friendship.
through all that. But for a little bit there, it was really tense. For like 2 seasons, it was pretty tense because as soon as he starts like hanging with Eddie and stuff, like you see Steve getting jealous and
Mm.
stuff like this. and it would like irk me, like
Hmm.
whenever they would like fight, it was like my parents fighting, like that
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
feeling,
And it
like,
got
oh
really
no,
bad in
like
the
I need
last
y'all to be
season
friends. Yeah, man. Yeah,
because we
like
got emo
they were
Dustin.
really, they fought, they
They did.
boxed, bro. Like they straight up, like somebody got hit in the head with a walkie-talkie. Like
Dustin
it was
got
a
the
whole
shit
thing.
beat out of him in a graveyard.
Well, I mean, it
He asked for it.
was.
No, he
Oh,
asked
he
for it.
did. He did. I was gonna say. I thought you meant with Steve. He got his ass beat there too,
Oh
and
no, yeah,
Steve
but
was like
no, no, but like
straight up in
Dustin,
defense mode. It was
right?
just enough, but like, yeah, that kid can't fight.
No,
Um,
and we know he can't.
but he keeps picking fights
He does,
though, you
and
know.
I mean, it just makes it even
And
more brave when he fights these creatures.
right,
Um,
right,
but
right.
yeah, dude,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
Steve, and
He's not a
even
motherfucker that back down though.
no, not at all,
Um,
and you can't
but
be.
like because it's so tense and we get to that point where it boils over with the ladder falling and stuff like that, like, oh man, it makes that scene where they're having that conversation of like, no, I can't lose you, stuff like that, like
Mhm.
it makes it so
I
impactful.
can't do this again.
And
It's beautiful.
it's really like, it's, I think it's one of my, it's in the top for one of my favorite parts of the last season for
Well, that's
sure.
fair. No,
Favorite scene.
absolutely.
Yeah.
If you don't think that's one of the best parts, you're ridiculous. Like that,
You're a
and then
silly
like
person.
I love you, but you're not serious, people. Um, but it's like up like emotionally up there. Then on the a badass spectrum that just kind of aligns with it is when you see Will use the powers. Because at the very end of
Mm.
episode 3, that was my favorite moment of like, dude, this works so well because we don't have the next few episodes. Like, what a thing to leave us off on. And that gets badass
Yeah.
regardless. But I'm just like, we watched that, and I wasn't thinking about what's right next. All I was thinking about was like, oh, dude, he Vecna did. Like, that was cool as
Yeah.
shit. And he looks
Yeah.
so cool doing it. And I thought that would be it. And then we get the moment where he takes over Vecna, giving Max a warning. Chills. Chills
Oh
going
yeah.
down. And it's just,
One like
Max, if you can hear me, roar. And it goes the
yeah,
back and forth, dude. It
crazy.
was so cool. It was so cool. Um, and yeah, it's very cool that we get Will using powers. I'm glad he's not just a copy of anything. Like he has a certain thing he has to do, and they do have some D&D jokes with like, "Oh, I'm not actually a wizard." Like, and it's a whole thing. But it's very cool. It's very cool.
There's a lot of people that talk about Will like coming out as being useless to the show.
Yeah.
Like what was Vecna gonna do with that knowledge? Like, hey, everybody Will's gay or whatever.
Some of those
Like
videos are
we'll just start
hilarious,
crying. They are. They are.
but it is a very real
They're good
thing.
for a
Yeah.
laugh, but like in seriousness, like Vecna was using like everything that he could against Will.
Right.
And one of Will's like biggest demons, especially at that age, and like going
And
through in
that
that
time,
age.
in that time
Yes,
in America,
exactly.
what the fuck?
Yes. Yeah, bro. That's not regular stuff to tell a big group of people
Not at
back
all.
then all the
Not at
time,
all.
and like and expect the kind of reaction that he got from them. Like
Yeah.
keep in mind, like this is the 80s.
Yeah.
Nah, bro, that's rough. You know what
It's
I
very,
mean? Like
very
you
rough.
might get beat up or something.
Right.
And
Very
yeah,
reasonable to be
man.
scared.
Yeah. It's definitely a thing. And like that wasn't the only thing that Vecna was using against him, but it was like a
It's a
it's the
huge
thing
bullet.
he's trying to keep
Yeah.
closest to his chest,
Yeah.
So of course he's going to be vulnerable with that. And like getting past that and moving up that next level
And
allows
it
him to
makes for
have
a
these
strong
fucking
moment for the
powers
character, which is great.
because everything that he's been through, dude,
Yeah.
like he's definitely goes. I think you said it to me the other day. He easily goes through the most
Oh
than
yeah.
any other character. Yeah,
He's the
he is
first he's the
tortured.
disappearance in season 1. He gets
Right.
saved. He's throwing up slugs left and right. He gets possessed in season 2. Season 3, they've all moved away from each other. He lost his friends, one of them being Mike. When Mike comes to
Yeah.
visit, he doesn't want to talk to Will. He only wants to talk to 11, and he's just that's where you get the when
Oh
he's
yeah.
like, oh,
It's
that's season
just
four.
a
No,
bad
that's season 3.
angle right
But
there.
yeah, but it's I
The
love the
longest
thumb
neck.
with the freaking wig on it. That's just like this is what Mike sees. Um, but yeah, he definitely goes through the most because he's the catalyst for everything.
Right.
But I do want to circle back real quick because that reminds me of something I meant to say earlier. I think the one of the biggest sins narratively or character wise for the final season. I'm glad she got the Neville Longbottom moment to cut off the snake's head. But one of the things that makes season 1 so good is that Winona Ryder is like one of the main characters. And
Mhm.
again, like where we do get her, she's precious. I love her with Will. I fully buy into that being a mom,
Always
and
so
it's
good.
she's
Yeah.
come so far into like supporting her kid and like the gay thing doesn't matter. It's like, no, you almost died in front of like all this crap has already happened. Um, but we do get a lot less of like the more the last season goes, we get less of her. And I mean that makes sense because guess what? She's not a fighter. I honestly question, bro, why did we take her into the upside down? I was honestly a little worried. I was like, bro, I know
I
she has an axe.
There, yeah, she has that axe on her back, like you see it sitting right here. She's like comfort, like there with Will, like as
Yeah.
he's going through his Vecna stuff, and
Yeah.
like, and I was like, oh, they gave her an axe to make her feel like she's gonna
Yeah.
do it, and then she uses it, and I was like, oh, that's why she had the
That was
axe.
cool. That was
Yeah,
cool. And I'm
yeah,
glad she got that last hit because, like, literally, with
right.
him being the source of everything, it's like, ah! And
And
literally, I just
that
saw
paired
Neville
with the
cutting the.
flashbacks
Yeah.
and everything, it's like, yeah, it's a
Yeah.
lot.
It was a
But
lot.
I get your Neville reference though. Like,
But
yeah,
like,
he
yeah, oh,
gets
for
he gets
sure.
to do a thing. He gets to do a thing, right? And like,
But like just a lot of the season, and again, that's just part of having your big cast. And the other like thing with your big cast, you did too well with them because people are wanting to see these people. Like that's like it's like the like it honestly is like a really good problem to have because like if you
yeah,
want spin-offs Netflix, you got your pick. You got your
right.
pick of the pie. They're unfortunately going with something I don't think I'm going to care about. It's going to involve Vecna. Well, it's gonna. So it apparently involves. So you saw we know the flashback with Vecna as he's a kid. And the guy shoots him and stuff, and he has like the meteorite or whatever, which is supposed to be the start of all of this. That's the
Right.
only thing they've said that like that's important for the spinoff. And I'm like, okay, I think I'm
It
down.
could be the things leading up to it or
It could be.
something.
That'd be cool, I guess.
Yeah.
I will say I'm planning on watching the animated show. It's called Tales of '85, coming out next year. I do hope that the cast is voicing their characters because that would be really cool. If Scott Pilgrim can do it, y'all can too. But because I think the animation looks cool, and I do like the idea of it fits in, but like at the same time, and I imagine they thought this when they were making it. We should have been doing this the whole time. We should have been doing this the whole time to like just have that cohesion as we're going through. But I do think that's gonna be neat. It looks cool. But yeah, dude, Stranger
And their
Things.
voices change too.
Yeah, and I mean, like,
Look,
if you're gonna have me accept them as like just, it'd still be cool. I think.
I'm
We
so
go.
I'm a little surprised though that you haven't brought up your boy Bob.
Oh yeah, we did get a moment of remembering him. But like he's
Because
dead.
yeah, that was a big sacrifice, man.
It
And
was.
honestly, I think he could have got out of there. I think he might have made it out of there,
Well,
man.
that's
I
because
don't think he had to stay
there was
behind.
only one demigod on him, and then the doors opened, and it was all the other.
It was all of them. Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
But I think
uh, I don't
he might
know.
have made it out.
I don't know, man.
But oh, tragic stuff. And we were talking about good and bad adults earlier,
Yeah,
and he's one of the best adults.
he's the,
He's so
he's
sweet.
literally because there's a little, and they still have the picture on the fridge of Bob, which it's just him, like normal him, but with the red cape. 'Cause he's a superhero.
Oh,
And I
he's
dude,
a
Bob was so
superhero.
good. And I also because I don't remember if they actually showed a clip of her or not. But she is the first casualty in terms of like actually losing someone. Justice for Barb, man. Because
Barb,
she was
man.
cool.
Yeah,
She was
too.
honestly just trying to be a good friend to Nancy. I'll of course shout out like Nancy, bro. There's no way she could have known what's gonna happen. But at the same
I held that
time.
against Nancy for a long time, but
I
there's no
understand
way.
that. I understand
Yeah.
that. But the thing is, Nancy held that against herself, and then she's like, "I'm just going to shoot all these fuckers." And it's like, okay, you know what, girl, you live your life. All those bullets, these are for Barb. Some are for Bob. But yeah, dude, just Justice for
But
Barb and Bob,
I
Barb,
think
Bob.
it's also the beginning of Nancy's character arc, like her
Yeah,
real one,
we
like
love it when
her
tragedy
starting
leads
to
to
develop and
something.
stuff. So,
Right.
yeah, it's just unfortunate that it had to be Barb,
Always. Yeah.
because she had
Because
the look, man. She had the look.
she
She had a
did.
car.
She
She had her own
she did.
car.
She had the big old
She
glasses.
was on. She was
Uh,
on her feet, dude. Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. The
And then
wardrobe.
like
Come on.
and watching the seasons again last year, there's a really funny moment. It's not funny when you're like watching it the first time. It's not funny at all. But like they find Will in the Upside Down in season one, right? Like we know that. Like we get the
Mhm.
group together. Eleven's like, oh, I see Will. I know where he's at. And then Nancy's like, and then Barb. And you get and you see the flash of what Eleven saw for Barb, and there's just a corpse with a slug crawling out of her mouth. I was like, oh,
Oh
dude,
yeah,
that's so messed up. At
she
least
got
Bob's
done dirty.
he got done so
Yeah.
dirty. It's so dirty. But at least Bob died in the normal world, and I do think there is some type of like positive to that. And I mean, like he obviously cared about Joyce very much. Like
Mhm.
I don't think you can doubt that. And I mean, he got to show it, you know? Was it
Yeah.
probably just to move over for Hopper? Yeah. But like it's just I respect it, man. But that is
Yeah.
where I was like, no, actually no. So huge credit to the show, and maybe it's because of how long like it took us to get to every season. I really didn't think Eddie was gonna die in season four. I
I
really
didn't think so
didn't
either.
think about it. And like
Yeah.
there's the whole rule of like when you get a new character in Stranger Things, they're there to die. Um and like I just didn't think maybe it's because he was the target. So I think right behind Will. I think oh no, I'm sorry. It's Will and 11. They're like tied. 11's like
Oh yeah. Yeah.
sucks. Especially no matter how you take that ending, she loses everything. She loses everything. But yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I
But
mean, she sacrifices literally everything
everything.
at the end. But
Yeah.
like,
If she's alive,
the,
she's somewhere else
where
without them. Yeah.
where do you have Max on that scale? Because she's got to be pretty far up there, right?
So I mean top five for sure. And like the trauma scale is what we're
Right.
talking about, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
Yeah,
she
yeah, yeah.
gets like possessed. She has to live in Vecna's mind for like a year. Like,
Oh, I didn't
you
even
know,
think about where
like,
we're at in the final season. You know what? I would put Eddie at number five. Because I would put Max
like
above her.
going from, when she first joins the season and the things that she's going through there, like all the way to like she barely came back at the end.
Right.
It was like pretty much at the end of that last season, dang near. So like she went through a lot
She did.
too.
So here's my
You know?
ranking, my top five trauma, like they had the most.
Yeah.
And
Let's hear it.
honestly,
Let's hear it.
so I'm gonna go. Oh, fuck. Do you have an immediate answer for who goes first between Will and 11? Because it has to be between
For
those two.
me,
Yeah.
for me, it's 11 because she's
Okay.
pretty much been going through
Oh, Will had
the
like a
whole
childhood
lab.
before everything happened.
Right. He had friends that he rode bikes with and
Yeah.
played D&D. Like she
11
had
was
no
immediately
childhood
taken from
whatsoever.
mom. Yeah, you're right. So
Right.
11, and then of course when you get to the end, like 11 didn't get to come out. But so we're gonna put 11 at number one. Will, then I'm gonna put Max, then I'm gonna put Joyce, and then I'm gonna
Yeah.
put Eddie. And I put Joyce there because
As a
everything that
parent,
happened to Will,
yeah.
her mom, and like she had to spend the majority of what happened to Will, no one believing what the fuck she was saying.
Dude, people thought she was like the
Hopper was
town
not on
crazy
her
lady.
side. Yeah.
Right. No,
And it
yeah, it
doesn't
was
help when
bad.
you're buying Christmas lights to talk to them. But I mean,
And she
hey,
was right. She
she was
was
right.
right the whole time.
She
And
was
then
right the whole
like cuz
time.
then when she's showing it to people, she is so frantic and stuff, which is like okay, she's
Yeah, she
crazy,
needs
right?
anxiety meds in that
This is
first
the
season
clip,
for
by the
sure.
way. We're uploading this part. But
Okay.
we need this list out there, man. But like, yeah, dude, like you said, as a parent, I appreciate you saying that everything
Yeah,
that
that
your
has to
kid
be a
goes through, like
horrifying.
you're feeling that as
And
well.
the other
Yeah.
part of that
The
is
ultimate worry. Your child
in
is gone,
season
bro.
four. Is it season four? I think it's season four where we've split everybody up and we're kind of get everybody back together for what's going on. Um 11's living with Will and Joyce in California.
Right.
So she has now taken on another child who is obviously the one we had to think about to content for like who's the more traumatic. And she has to lose her too. And that is another thing that I was like, I really feel like we didn't get to see. I feel like Joyce, it reminded me of like which Star Wars is it? Oh, it's literally Force Awakens. That's the first of the new trilogy, right?
Right.
We lose
Yes.
Han Solo. I'm sorry. I didn't say spoiler alert. I'm sorry. But we lose Han, dude. We lose Han. I didn't see it coming. It was
Right.
crazy. But I thought for sure we'd get a Chewbacca moment. No, no, we didn't. And that's insane. That's insane to me.
He kind of just keeps trucking,
He
keeps
just
trucking.
keeps
He is
trucking.
sad. He's like sad in the next movie a little
For
bit,
sure.
I
For
think.
sure. But we don't
But there's never like
no
a
one takes a moment to
him
give that dude a hug.
experiencing that loss.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
he doesn't speak English. Just give him a moment. Somebody hug him. Like Ernest, if I die, you give my dogs a hug. All right? You let them
Okay.
you give him
Got
a
you.
hug, man, and cat if he's
Yeah.
still here. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's just how it
He's probably
goes, you
going
know.
with you.
Oh, he's gonna do it. He's gonna be all.
He's also gonna be in that speeding Lamborghini with you.
You're gonna think we're all
Yeah.
dead, and you're just gonna hear his little coughs.
And that,
He's alive. But yeah, no, and there's a lot of trauma that can be passed around here, except shoot, that's gonna be up there for a little bit. Oh, but Mike
yeah, I don't know
honestly
how to
had
make
the
that go
best
away.
life.
Sorry.
Mike had the best life out of everybody.
Dang. But and that's still with him going through a lot, but like on this list, this is
Because
where he
Lucas
ranks.
would be right there as like the least traumatic, except for the fact that he had feelings for Max and he had to take that on when she was gone.
But I mean, then in that case, Mike is Eleven's boyfriend and going through all of that stuff, right?
Yeah, but Sam's so much cooler. I mean, Max is so much cooler. No, I'm just kidding. No, no. I love Elle. I love Elle to the sky and down, whatever. I don't know, everywhere. But in terms of that, she broke up with him. That is what happened.
Mm,
She said, "I need you to
mm,
explain this message. I'm leaving." I mean, she either died or just left them. But what happened to Max was Lucas had to watch her get possessed, float up there. This
right.
happened twice, actually. This happened
Yeah,
twice because
yeah.
the second time he had to fight that horrible jock, the lead captain of the basketball team, who went from being so nice. Granted, he lost somebody, and like, dude, that affects all of us in crazy ways. But he becomes just the biggest trumper douche, and I just hated him. And I love his death.
He's
He's one of my
cool.
favorite deaths because it's kind of off
Yeah.
screen. Like it's just the world's opening and it just cuts through him. I was like, oh, bye. It's late, dude. But yeah, no, Lucas had to take on some stuff, and I really, really love the moment. And I don't think it's a moment that like you don't necessarily get with Mike and Elle, maybe because you don't necessarily have like physical vulnerability with Elle, other than when she lost her powers for a little bit. But even then they like split. But when we get Max back, the moments before that, like it didn't hit me as hard as the Dustin stuff, but like I was starting my lip was starting to quiver when he's like, I can't turn off the music. I can't turn off the music. And then when she does get back, and he, dude, like that's where you see like, oh, you could only film this as him as an adult because he carried her so long. He's like, oh,
Yeah, yeah.
and he's great, and he
That boy's
kicks one of the
strong.
demi dogs, bro. I was like, oh shit, man, he cares about her. I do love Mike and Elle. I do, and they're great, and it's
Mm.
so precious when you see the clip of them like friends. Every time she's like, "Friends don't lie." Mike said that to her. Mike said that to her, and they were
Yeah,
so
that's where
cute,
she got that from.
and it's
Yeah.
crazy. Oh God. They knew what they were doing with those flashbacks, man. Anytime it flashed to like one of their kid
Oh man.
moments. Oh,
And then like the end of that and where we get with Mike and Elle,
yeah.
like, oh dude, it's I that messed me up so bad.
Oh, it's
It
rough.
was from that it was from that point forward that I was just done. I
Yeah.
was just like, oh,
Yeah.
like the whole rest of the time.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, it was a lot.
It is a
This whole
lot.
show is a lot.
It
There's so
is.
much. There's so much that we're missing, but like that
Yeah.
was great and stuff
It
that
was
we're
very
missing
good.
that was bad. But
Very
like,
solid
oh,
show.
what a
Yeah.
journey, man. It's
But now's the
crazy.
big question because we get to do this again because we did it with Arcane, another Netflix show. Ernest, is she dead? To you.
So what I like to believe the most
Mhm.
is that she did die, that
Mhm.
she sacrificed herself,
It's a sacrifice
and
either way.
that
I'm putting that out there, but yes, go on.
right, yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely, because she's leaving. Even if she did live, like she's leaving behind
She
everything
left
that she
that. Yeah,
knows.
like
Right,
she's
right,
gone.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, everything that she knows, all the people that she loves, stuff like that, and never talking to them again.
Yeah.
But like, it's but I like the idea that she did like indeed sacrifice herself. I think it means a little bit more when
Mm.
everybody chooses to believe that she is alive and she is out there in that village with the waterfalls and all that stuff. Like it's such a beautiful thing that they choose to believe that she's alive. I still feel like I think it's like a little more poetic when she did sacrifice herself, and that's what they're choosing to believe. And so that's what
I
I go
guess.
with.
I mean, that's how you
Yeah,
take it. So regardless of what I'm going to
it's just
say,
like the most
I don't know.
satisfying in my head.
Right. And that's my thing.
Yeah.
because like I had already been on the fence, and then our we've already talked about him. Kit Laser made a very good video that I was like, oh, I 100% believe this now. He made a video about why he thinks 11 is alive.
Mhm.
And I do think that as well. And I love that it does boil, and I'll explain it in a minute, but I'm going to say it boils down to the Duffer Brothers just can't kill any of the main cast, and they never have been able to. They fake Hopper's death twice.
Yeah.
We got a fake Will death in season one, and apparently, because I didn't notice it, they played the same song. The song at the end of the show, it's Heroes by David Bowie. Um, they play a different version of it when they find the
Yep.
fake Will. They play a different version of it when her name's not Melly. When Elle is reading the last note from Dead Hopper. And then we have it here at the very end. And regardless, I do think this would be like the most like unroll it because I don't like if you fake too many deaths, it just like I'm not gonna feel anything. But you know what? Do it at the very end where I'm like, I don't know. And regardless of what we said about Arcane, go listen to that. Like that was the start of a universe. Those spinoffs are coming from that. Like this is the
Yeah.
end. This is it.
I
This is
wanted
the
her
end
to
of
be
Stranger
dead there
Things.
too.
I know you do. I know you do.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think very much that she probably is alive, in my opinion. I don't. This isn't a case of me being like, oh, she's gonna. They're not gonna do it. Apparently, there is an answer. Which honestly, stop doing interviews. Like, just stop doing interviews, Duffer Brothers, because that's something that we don't need to know. Because they
Dude,
announced that
yeah.
Lily knows, and I'm like, why?
Because
Why? We need to.
part of being like part of me loving the ending so much
Right,
is the open-endedness of it and
right,
us getting to have this
right.
conversation and stuff like that.
100%,
Like that's why I really like it is because of that.
and
Like
that's fair.
it's
And it's so
they're
easy to
trusting
just not
us
say
to like
shit.
fill in that blank for yourself.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
just let
Like
us
just say
have this,
that
bro.
this
Let us
one
have it.
person knows, then let them know. Like shut the fuck
And
up.
And at the same time, you could flip to another podcast and there's probably people saying like, "Oh, they should have made it more definitive," or "She should have been dead," or she's 100% alive," and stuff like
Yeah,
this, and
yeah,
just
yeah.
like sticking to their guns there. But like, I love the mysteriousness of it, you know?
Right. I think it's great that we both disagree on this. Like it's just
Yeah,
like and like it's not like a disagreement that like no this and this and this and this. Um I do think we're gonna get an answer on the Jinx thing. I do think we're absolutely going to. I don't think there's no way we're
nah,
not going
in the
to.
spinoffs or whatever. Yeah,
That is this because again that is the start of a universe. They saw how much we
yeah.
watched that and they're like we're gonna do spin-offs and we're gonna see that
And
universe unfold.
I'll probably like what we
Oh
get
yeah,
in
no,
that
yeah, and I
or
don't say that to
whatever.
be like I'm gonna
But
be like I told you, and I probably will, but it won't be like that. But I'm just saying this. It was such a perfect setup. There was no reason to like know that nobody like. First of all, why write it to where you know? I don't. John Carpenter,
yeah,
like he teases like, yeah, there's an answer that there's one of the people in the at the end is the thing. I don't know who the fuck it is. It was 80 years ago. I was
yeah,
like,
yeah, dude, yeah,
and like that was an interview from like in the last 3 years, and that show came out. That movie came out in the 80s. And like that stuff's
yeah,
fine. But like just right now, Duffers, come on, man. I understand this is a lot of your
yeah.
lives, but let's just. But yeah, open ended. I like. Again, the thing that me and Ernest has shared the most. We like the ending a lot. I think. I don't think. I think if you say it's underwhelming, I don't know. Maybe the battle could have been longer because I am saying like the final that epilogue is like my favorite part. But like at the same time, it's pretty epic. Like when I watched that, I was like, ooh, ooh. She jumps in its mouth without hesitation. It's like, oh shit. All right. And it's not like a
I thought
one-sided
it was
fight.
awesome. It was like
Yeah,
some anime jump,
it's
bro.
so
Oh
cool.
yeah, no, they're going at it. Yeah,
They're so cool. And like
and
when you go on. No, you're
I'm
good.
sorry to
You're good.
interrupt.
This is all the
It's
emotions. This is all the
just
emotions.
that fight, man. That I think that fight is so dope
Mm,
because the way that they are able to put two main villains out there, like
mm.
some that have been, we've been looking for these motherfuckers for a while,
All right.
and
Yeah.
they're able to put them both out there and have 11 and the Vecna one on one at the same time that
Yeah.
you're having the crew against the Mind Flayer. Like it's it's so well done to be able to have
It is.
everybody involved and for it to make sense.
It
Like
is.
the whole hive mind thing really paid off for that battle.
It is.
Like, and in other ways too, but like here it's so well done. Like I
100%.
love that beat. Yeah.
It is very cool. Like the only time I questioned anything, like because the people are like it wasn't long enough. And people have done the research of like looking up how many minutes or whatever, and I'm like, I didn't feel that. I didn't feel
Nah,
this happened
because it
immediately or
was
anything like that.
intense.
Right.
Yeah.
Like maybe you feel that on a rewatch or something. I don't know. I'm not ready to do this yet. I was just like,
Yeah, yeah, no, that's a
it
lot.
did what it needed to do. It made me forget about the world, and I was like, oh come on now. She did the Henry Cavill. Look, let's go. Like it was so cool. Um, it was great. It was great. I love that Nancy got her moment. She was a shining star there at the end, in just like the most badass way, and like. We'll talk about my favorite part of the epilogue here in just a second because it involves Nancy and everybody else we've referred to as our favorites. Um, but that last action sequence I thought was so good. And again, I came off of a show. Granted, your season one budget's always going to be your smallest, of course, but it Welcome to Derry, very good in practical effects, and the CG does get a little bit better because they use it less. But those first, whew, it gets rough. You look, and there are things in Netflix because you just scroll over something and it starts playing a little trailer for it. They have some horrible looking things. They have some horrible looking
Like
things.
CG wise.
Yeah, horrible.
Yeah.
Um, Millie Bobby Brown's in one of them. It's like called it's her and Chris Pratt in one of these movies, and they're like fighting robots or
Oh,
something.
that's right.
And it's just
Yeah, yeah.
I
It's like
look at
some
that, I was like,
future
this looks
type stuff.
horrid. This looks so bad. But they put I think they put the money where they needed to, other than maybe giving Argyle a little something. But
Yeah.
and like everything looked so good. The Demigorgons when we did have them, the Demi-dogs, oh the bats don't show up, whatever. But then the final creature, the moment of like, oh, that's not just a base. It's like the moment of like, oh, this is a ship, but
Dude,
it's
the
alive.
legs
Yeah,
like
freaking
unfolding
out.
and so it
I
was
was
like,
freaking out.
yeah,
I was like, oh
yeah.
shit. I was like,
And
this is crazy.
I tried to rewind it a little bit to
Yeah.
see like, should I have known that that was the mind flayer this entire
No,
time?
no,
Like, that was it there and like I just didn't notice it, but no, it
no.
just looked like a little
Yeah, it
cluster.
just looks like a thing.
To find out that that's it,
Yep.
like, and to
And it's
see it in
so
the
big.
flesh, because that's the first time that we see it in the flesh as well. Like before,
Like
when
it's
he's in
actual
the real
flesh.
world, like looming over stuff, yeah, he has like
Right.
it's like a
He's
shadow
not John Cena.
figure.
Yeah.
It's a fucking shadow
Like in
figure,
season
man. You
three,
can't see him.
the whole thing is that they melt down people to form a vessel for him. And it's epic. Like that shit's cool as shit. It's gross. But yeah, it's not actually him. And then here's like, I'm alive. It's crazy. It's
And then
fucking
we get
crazy.
all those returning characters in the form of all the people
That were
that were
melted down.
melted down.
Oh
Yeah.
man, justice for Billy. No, he was so mean up until that last moment, but respect that
He
moment.
was, yeah, he was mean before any of the possession stuff
Yeah.
started happening.
And
He
not
was a
only
bad
that,
character,
he
or not
was
a bad
racist.
character,
He
but
was
like an asshole.
absolutely racist because the
Yeah,
only
yeah,
person that he told Max not to hang out with was Lucas. Um,
that's a
yeah,
good death. That was a good death.
it was a
Yeah,
good
he
death. No, it was a
it's such
solid
a good
death.
role. It was an awesome character to
It
have
was.
there to be a minor villain or
Right.
antagonist
And
in
then
this.
like turn against him because we have the whole Naruto thing happen all the time. It was like, oh, no, you know what? We are the same. And this was not
Yeah,
that. And
yeah,
so I will say
yeah.
in respect to Vecna, because I was about to roll my eyes, and respect to Will for trying. He's like, he does say we're not so different. We're we're very similar. And that's one of my favorite ones where I say like, do I look gay to you? Like, but it's not. But like he Vecna is like, we are the same, blah 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 blah. And you can take that is kind of open ended in itself, at least for right now. We'll see how they leave it in the spinoff. But where he's like, we are the same, we influence each other. Obviously, at this point, you don't really know. They've just been together so long. What is this? This creature, this human being? I don't even know anymore. Um,
Mm,
and he does not turn. A lot of people were calling, of course, predictions were coming out left and right when we were getting the next, like from part to part, and a lot of people
yeah.
were guessing that Vecna was going to get a redemption arc and he was going to be part
Yeah.
of what's
I
fights
saw
and everything.
things saying like the only way to save the world is to save Henry or
Yeah,
whatever, and I
screw
was like,
that,
I don't think they
screw
do it. And then
that,
I'm so
man.
happy that they didn't. Yeah,
Absolutely not. But
yeah,
also respect because
because he
he didn't
goes
come.
full villain right there at the end. He
Yeah,
does the voice, and they're like, "Fuck you."
100%,
Awesome.
100%.
Yeah,
But also respect because his character doesn't really turn in the last season. We don't need him in the last season. But the actor who plays Vecna's father, um, it's not Ralph Ineson. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's Freddy Krueger.
man.
Why am I not remembering his name?
Oh, I don't have it. I'm
Hold
sorry.
on. No, you're good. It is Nightmare. Robert England. I didn't even have to finish looking it up.
There you go.
Oh my
All right.
God. Because he had the crossed out eyes and he's just like, oh, my son's terrible. All this stuff. But it's just really cool. That's like one of my favorite cameos. Because Vecna has a lot of Freddy DNA with like the burnt
Yeah.
flesh. There's a point where um I guess he's still Mr. What's It, but he takes Holly to a boiler room. I was just like, oh
Yeah.
man, this is not hiding shit. But yeah, so from start to finish, we have tons of Easter eggs. I'm not saying we're going to list them all here, but I'm just saying I respect the Easter eggs. I love them. I love them so
Yeah.
much. I'm not from the 80s, but I do love me some 80s horror, and I'm a big fan of Stephen King. And immediately I was like, I love it. I love all of this. And
I'm
that's
just
what that
barely from the 80s, but I claim it though.
there you go. There you go. Hey man. Hey man.
88, man. I made it. Yeah, I'm in it.
These kids are older than you. Um, they
Yes.
graduated high school
Right.
and at such an early age. But yeah, no, this show I think overall it landed. I'm gonna miss the synth. Granted, they're definitely bringing back that intro for the animated series next. Oh, this year now. Sorry. Um, but dude, we got to talk about my favorite part of the epilogue. Because I do think there's gonna be another part that we may see differently. And not in terms of it being good, because I think it's great. I think it's so freaking good. And that is
Hmm.
the older kids are adults now.
Hmm.
Um, and just reflecting on what their lives are now. We have Steve, we have Jonathan, we have Robin, and then we have Nancy. Real quick, I do want to also say it's really weird that we built up a relationship with her and that one girl, her accepting the weirdness of the world that she thought Robin was lying about, and then she's gone. She's
Yeah. Yeah.
so I
But
think that's one that's like you
like
didn't have to do all that.
I get it because like I get why they broke up or whatever. Like leaving the college, it's a doom for any
Yeah, no, I get
relationship.
that. I get
but
that.
like,
But it's just like
but like,
why do we do this?
but yeah, she was very involved in that, and for her to just like go through
We
all of
don't see
that,
them break up. They break up off
and
screen.
then
Yeah.
the relationship end within 8 months.
Yeah.
Like, oh
Yeah,
man,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, that was rough.
Because it felt like we were
I bet it was
developing
a rough
something there
breakup.
with her, and like it's all right. But
And
yeah,
because she threw that in her face, dude.
oh,
Like,
probably,
she was
probably.
like, you know what I did for you?
Right,
Like, I didn't want anything to do with
right,
any
right,
of
right.
this. And you just dragged me in. I had to watch this girl be possessed and all this different stuff.
Yeah.
Like, oh my goodness. I got caught by the military and held at gunpoint and all this
They
stuff. And
let
you're
me go for
breaking
some
up with
reason, but I'm
me.
still mad.
And Robin was like, but I'm going to college and I want to do long distance and all this stuff. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
no,
it's
crazy,
rough. Bad for
crazy
her.
stuff. But I love that conversation. Obviously, I love just seeing where everybody's at. Nancy's the one that's like, I quit my job. I was just like,
Yeah.
hell yeah, girl, do you?
Dude,
Do you?
I love where they all end up.
Oh,
It
they're all
all
great.
feels like very like
Jonathan is the
realistic
most
stuff, like
pretentious
for their
filmmaker.
characters.
It's so
Yeah,
good.
it makes so much
It
sense. It
does.
makes so much
It
sense. You see
absolutely
that
does.
coming a mile,
A
especially
mile
after
away.
you discovered marijuana.
Right.
Yeah. Um, but I love Steve being a coach, man.
Yeah.
I love him being a teacher slash coach. Like
Yep.
he's the perfect guy for that, and he loves those kids.
He
Like you could
does.
see it in his
He's
character.
like, I
He
can be
portrays it
everybody's
so well
mom.
in that last scene.
It's great.
Yeah, and Joe is also awesome. Just go listen to his music, give it a
Oh,
try.
I
He's
was like, which one of them
amazing.
is Joe? You meant the real person.
Yeah,
Yes, yes,
yeah.
yes.
DJO Joe is his music name. Go check that shit out. It's so
Right,
good.
right.
But um, yeah, he portrays it so well that he's like, yeah, dude. I mean, and it makes so much sense, especially based off the connection that he builds with Dustin and how he like helped, like mold the person that he is a little bit.
Yeah,
And like it makes sense that that would be his passion,
yeah.
especially the coach part because he was like a star athlete
He
and that's why he
was.
was good with the bat and
He
everything.
was. Hell yeah.
It's nice to see that come back around.
It's
Yeah.
so good. And then like, oh dude, it broke me. It fucking broke me when they're just like when they start realizing like how much time has passed. And
Mm.
I'm just like, oh man, you don't even like
Yeah.
looking at this from the outside of like this show's been on for a decade, you don't even know. Like there's people I knew like I talked to on a regular basis in season one. I do not know where they are now. Like it's been a whole change.
Oh, same.
It's
Same.
crazy.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. People have dropped off the face of the earth. I've dropped off the face of the earth for a
Right,
lot of
right, right.
people.
It
Like,
depends on
yeah,
perspective.
for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. But
Yeah,
then
man.
like when you get to the end of that sequence there, it's not the end of the show. But like when they're like, well, let's try to do this once a month.
Meet up. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think they do.
I don't think
Yeah,
they do
it
either.
prob
I was
it
like,
might
I'm
happen
sure
once or
they make it the
twice,
next month, and then I
and
think it's
then
gonna
like
split up.
yeah, the third month, like one
Something comes
person
up.
doesn't make it,
Something
and
comes up,
then
man.
yeah, man, adulthood's tough like that,
It
bro.
is
It's
so
amazing that
tough.
we get to do this. Period.
And
You know,
100%. And the fact that
we
it's
both
gonna,
have full-time
and
jobs,
we're about
and
to
like
live
I have
together.
a
That helps.
kid and stuff. Absolutely, yeah.
But yeah, and
Uh,
like the other part of that, like literally, and it's just another beautiful part of the story that like we know that Steve wants to have some little nuggets, man. He just wants to have some
yeah,
little
yeah.
nuggets, and he's like
6.
this. He wants. Oh, that's right. He does want six.
Would it have been
Uh,
better if I said 4? Like maybe just if you didn't call them
just some
nuggets.
nuggets. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But literally the him being I don't remember her name, but he's with somebody who he's like, this might be the
Nancy.
one. It's not Nancy.
Oh no, yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's like they don't give it together. Honestly, when you
Right.
look at
And
Nancy, I'm
they're
like,
like,
oh,
"Oh,
dude,
but you said the last one was the one," and stuff like that,
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh, yeah, it's great.
And it's just very sweet. And then like Robin, and like Robin, obviously out of these, because these other three were here at the very beginning of the show, and I
Mhm.
understand just because the other one comes in at like, oh no, she comes. We get Robin in season
3?
three. Yeah, so it's two
Mhm.
seasons later. Because we get that beautiful Chips Ahoy moment that I love seeing like recreated of like, is he here? Is who here? Henderson, and they get the whole handshake
Yeah,
and
they
everything,
do
and
the
I like, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, that gets so good.
yeah.
Oh, dude, it warms my heart. I'm so
Yeah.
glad we, of course, had the friction, but we overcame the friction, and now we have him picking him up from college. I'm just like, oh, I
Yeah,
love you. I love them so
yeah.
much. Oh, but I love Robin so
Best
much because
friends.
she's just hilarious and it's very
No,
sweet,
yeah, she is
and we don't get Power Will
very
without
energetic.
without her. Um,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
she's a
yeah.
hawk. Hey man, she was destined for greatness, you know. Um, but dude, yeah, that part just killed me because when they get to the end and like I don't think at all like there's anything that's the way it's being filmed or anything that's making you like telling the viewer, oh, don't think that they're ever gonna see each other again or anything like that. But as you said, like I'm watching this as an adult and I'm like, that's so hard.
I just know how it goes, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
and because like
one thing comes up. Yeah,
that all of you are in a space where you could still meet up is amazing. Because from
yep,
there, it only goes further and further
it gets
away.
harder. It
And
gets so
I'm
much
not
harder.
from a small town, but I believe like being from a small town, especially like
Yeah,
a lot of people want to get out of their small town and stuff.
100%,
Like I
100%.
imagine it's tough to keep in touch with people then, and especially because there wasn't social media back then, bro.
Right, I didn't even think about
Like
that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you couldn't even text. There was no text back
No
then.
text. There's no looking
Like
at somebody's page to see what they've been up to and stuff like
you
that.
had to call and like hope that that person was there,
Right. Right, right,
like,
right.
and yeah, man, it's
Fax
tough.
them.
It's tough. Like,
But yeah, dude, it's a whole thing. And like I love that moment's just so precious and I'm gonna hold that as a memory in my head for the rest of my life, for better and
yeah,
for worse. Um But that whole epilogue, and of course, you can't talk about the epilogue without that beautiful ending. When you get the last D&D session, where we get the
right.
thing we were just debating a moment ago, you take out the L part of it, not the story, because the story he tells it's beautiful, it's gorgeous, I love it,
Mm,
and he goes on to be a writer. They essentially make Mike turn into Stephen King, and I think that's so like that's poetic. I
yeah.
think that's great. Um, but like they put the books up, they put the books
Oh
up
yeah.
one by
And
one,
they go
and
up those
they
stairs,
go
and
up the
that's like,
stairs, and Mike sees the his sister and the kids come down, and they start playing D&D, and they don't even notice him. And at first, it feels a little weird, and then you're just like Mike, we're on the outside watching the next start of this, man. And it's he goes up there, closes that door, and oh, chef's kiss, man, chef's
yeah.
fucking kiss.
Especially after the moment that they all just shared, and like
Yeah,
I'm in tears, and then they
yeah.
start putting those binders up, and yeah, dude, yeah, just
It's
the
so
way that whole
beautifully
thing is laid
tragic,
out.
man. Well, it's not tragic.
Yeah,
It's just sad. It's just like it's a
yeah,
goodbye to childhood. It's like literally moving on from childhood to what me and Ernest were just talking about. Like it's so hard to keep those friendships and whatnot. Like we have people that we used to hang out with on the daily that we haven't talked to in forever, probably. And it's just like
yeah.
things change. And that's not
You
like
know,
a hate or anything. It's just how it is.
and like I know people that stayed with their high school sweethearts and stuff like
Oh yeah.
that, but like I was thinking
I know one.
earlier, like I bet Lucas and Max didn't even stay together, bro. In the
Oh
end,
no.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Are those kids from the 80s like still married with kids and stuff
yeah,
today?
yeah.
Possibly, but a lot of high school relationships and stuff like don't work out. I think the higher percentage does not work out, right?
Yeah.
So like, there's a very strong chance that they did not stay together in the future. You know what I mean? Like,
Nah, that trauma kept them together.
but
I'm just,
but
just
I mean, and trauma can bond you, you
for
know,
sure.
but like a relationship based off of like shared trauma is probably not a very healthy thing. But
Well, then my relationship with Stranger Things is not healthy, and I love it.
and I love it, and
I
I'm
love it,
staying. I'm
and
not
I'm
leaving.
staying here. You just hear me start
Um,
like episode 1 again. Watch it right
but that's
now.
also another part of my favorite. They got to go on their date that they talked
They
about.
did. Oh, you talking about Joyce and
Dude,
Hopper?
oh yeah. No, I'm talking about
Lucas and Max?
Lucas and Max, yeah, they get to
Okay.
go on their movie date that they like drew pictures to each other
That's
and asked
right.
them.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
and them getting to go on that date together is just, oh, it's so nice,
It
man.
is very
It's so
nice.
nice. I
And then
love it.
also
But
Joyce and Hopper got to do the same thing. They finally
yes,
went to
dude, and
whatever that restaurant is
they're
called
at that restaurant, yeah, the steak place, and he
where
orders the things
she
that he
stood him
said he
up.
was gonna
Yeah.
order, and yeah, and oh man, and it's so nice. They get to dance and everything is
It was good.
beautiful, and they're moving to like a New York beach town and
Yep.
stuff like this. Like, oh, dude, it's awesome.
It's
I love it.
also crazy because we didn't touch on it. Um, like not only did they not get like disciplined for killing the military, they gave Hopper his job back. Like
They promoted him. I
he
think he
was
got
sheriff.
promoted.
He was sheriff originally. So like he's
Sheriff.
sheriff
I thought
again.
okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if they made him like captain of the police squad or
I mean he's
something
just
like
from
that.
what
I
I
don't
can
know.
say, he's still
It's a
sheriff.
small town, dude. I don't know how
But
small towns work.
it's just very silly. But I do want to shout out um talking about Hopper, two moments. I know at least one of these you're going to want to talk about too. But there's a
Yeah.
moment with Hopper and Mike at the end where Mike is looking at it's like the statue that has the list of people we've lost and everything. And of course, we know
Yeah.
he's thinking about Elle and whatnot. And Hopper does a very good job of like, he's strong uncle vibes. And maybe that's just me because I've had uncles like him. But like, he's also doing the fatherly thing. And obviously, he understands where Mike is coming from because he lost his baby girl. Like,
They
whether
lost the
it's fun or
same
not.
person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally the same
Yeah.
person. And like, in that moment is where I do think we get like the most character growth for Hopper in terms of like the dad aspect. Because of course we've come a long way for sure from her not being able to look out the window. That was government stuff. He wasn't being weird,
Right.
or strange. But from there, like there was a point where like it was just very he was overbearing for sure. He just was like, I'm not gonna risk
Right.
her. I'm not gonna risk her and all this stuff.
Super overprotective,
Overprotective.
just
Oh,
too
dude,
much.
when he
Yeah.
thought he shot her, I was like, oh,
Oh man,
it's
that
crazy.
I kind of like knew it was gonna
Oh,
happen,
same.
but
No,
like,
yeah.
man,
I
when
was
it
like,
happens,
but in
holy
that
shit.
moment, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
Hop. Because, like, in that moment, like, we're watching it as a viewer, like, there were signs leading to where did this come from? This wasn't here before. And then things are happening that don't make any sense. It's like, okay, back now. But in that moment, like, I'm sorry to put you through this in your own mental state, but, like, if you were to be shown that you shot your own child, whether it made sense or not, you just see what you see and you probably react to that. And, like, I felt bad for
Bro,
Hopper in that moment.
if somebody drew a cartoon of that for me, I would like die of
Let me
a
get a
heart
pen real
attack
quick.
or
I'm just
something.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
Like, how dare you?
I
How
can't
dare
draw
you?
word crap.
No,
But yeah,
no, yeah. I
it's gut
mean,
wrenching. Yeah.
I feel like that's my biggest weakness as well. Y'all better not take notes on that. But like, I feel like, yeah, my kid is 100% like my soft spot. You
Hmm,
know, I think
that's
that's
fair.
going to be the case for like most parents, and
Right.
even in this situation where like they kind of adopted each other or whatever, you know,
Right.
like
But it's still just a
it
matter
doesn't
of
make you
like
any less of a parent though.
100%.
And
It's the bond.
and yeah, man, and that love is definitely there, and like to feel that even for a split second that you hurt your child in that way, like
Yeah.
for any good parent, which Hopper most definitely is, like that's going to fuck you
Right.
up. Yeah,
A hundred
yeah,
percent. But the other thing we got to talk about it. The conversation, like the final speech it's a two-way conversation between Hopper and 11 L,
yeah,
where he talks about his overbearingness, where he brings up like why he does this, his love for her and stuff like that. And he doesn't he never well he does bring up like I've been through losing someone before. Obviously, he lost his daughter Sarah. Um, and like she lets him say his piece. She does not get mad in like a defense or anything. She hears him, she understands him, and she comes at him very like perfectly, no shoulders up
Yeah.
or anything. It's again just from a place of love.
Just
And
really and wanting him to understand where
right,
she's coming from, like
right,
truly. Yeah.
100%. Especially considering like it's the impossible ask of a child to a parent, right?
To
Like
let me go. Yeah, that's
right. And
crazy.
not only just
Yeah.
let you go, like assuming she does die, like it is truly letting go. And that's rough. Like that's like I even as a like a if a friend asked me that, I couldn't do it. Couldn't even imagine as like a child asking for that. But like literally, she says the line. You know the line. A lot of people have brought it up in reference to like Last of Us, and it's beautiful because it's a beautiful thing in the game too,
Yeah.
where she says the words "I'm not Sarah," but where Ellie says it sassily. Oh my God, her
Yeah.
name's Ellie
Yeah.
too. Forgot about that. But Elle in Stranger Things, it's still a moment of love. It's still very
Yeah.
much a sweet moment of like respecting the person she's talking about and who she's talking to, and but she's just like I understand that you see me essentially as your daughter, and I do see it that way too. But I'm not that daughter. I'm
Yeah.
me. And I do think there's a moment, at least, obviously, again, there's no way to accept what's going to happen as a parent, but he does accept that, like, yeah, you know what, you are my, it's like you are my other daughter and stuff like that. And they have a beautiful moment.
And to accept that she's not a little girl anymore, because that's
Right.
the other big point that
That
she
is true.
makes, right?
That is true.
Like I'm not a little girl anymore. Like she's a whole woman, bro.
Right.
Like
She
she's
doesn't say
out
Papa
here
no
in her
more.
fucking in her like scuba suit, just like kicking
So
ass. You
much
know what I
scuba
mean? Like
suit.
she's
Yeah, yeah.
why?
Oh man.
I mean, I know why,
We
because
know.
she was going
But
in the
it makes
water or
sense in the
whatever it
context.
was.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
It's just
yeah. But
out of
it's
context, it's
just
funny.
weird
Yeah.
for that to be like the last fight uniform, just like
Right.
scuba suit.
Right. Get him,
Like,
Scuba
it's weird.
Steve.
But
Scuba
yeah,
L.
man. Oh, it's a great moment.
But it's
And then
beautiful.
she goes and like just whoops ass
And
from
she
there.
just whoops ass,
It's
man.
great.
And she
Yeah.
just whoops ass. It's such a good show. I do think they hit so many high notes. And again, where you leave off, like you can have a poor wrestling show, but if your main event's great, that's gonna be what we're talking about. Like I have
Mm.
no idea what happened on NXT a few nights ago. But what I do know is that a title was relinquished, and bro, that's crazy. I didn't think I was gonna
Oba.
like bring wrestling into this, but here we are. Oh man, Oba's on the way, dog. Oba's on the way.
Uh,
Um,
He's so dope.
he's
He's
so
so dope.
dope.
He's gonna what? Oh, he's gonna dominate. But yes,
He
I
better.
feel you, man.
He better.
I feel you.
I lost 11
And
to
there
gain
was
Oba.
but there was like a lot of things that considering the like if we're going percentage wise, all the things that happened in this show and like the loops that they were able to close, I feel like they closed a lot of important ones, and that's
Yeah,
not taken away from ones that they failed to, because there's definitely plenty. You know,
yeah.
there's tons out there. I'm sure, especially on a rewatch, it's like you're gonna find a lot of things like what happened to,
And even
but
with that, because like
eh,
again, I did the rewatch. Like the emotionality still there enough to be like, oh, I'm not even noticing these holes. It
yeah,
doesn't. It does
yeah,
not matter.
and I mean, a show is a space where you can make exceptions for things that aren't so great and you can
It's true.
still love them. Like these things can like have flaws and it can still be an overall great experience. And I
Yeah,
feel like this definitely was. Like Stranger
100%.
Things as a whole.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's been such a thing like in the world for so long. Everybody knows. People that do not own a TV know about Stranger Things, bro.
Right. Who would win in a
Like
fight? Goku or Stranger Things? Everyone says
Stranger Things, easy.
it.
Uh,
Duh.
it's just too
It's
it's
just
too much,
too
man.
easy.
Yeah.
It's too easy.
Because when he goes for the spirit bomb, everybody's gonna choose the stranger. I'm
The
not gonna
second,
call Stranger Things better than DBZ. That's just gonna like get people
just
coming
in
for me.
case.
I'm not
Yeah,
even
yeah.
gonna compare the two. Let's get away
That's
from the
fair.
Goku
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
thing.
Um, but
Um,
Ernest, give
but
me
no,
some.
man.
Go on.
Right.
I was gonna say, give me some final thoughts
Yeah.
and a score. Score this baby.
A score overall.
Yeah.
Okay. Overall, seasons 1 through 5. I
Yep.
mean,
The
the
Stranger
ride
Things
has been
experience.
amazing, man.
Yeah.
I really think it's one of the most well-made shows out there.
It's great.
I still feel that way. It's one of the ones that have been most magnetic for me. Like I have always wanted to see, like I said before, what happens next. I I'm so content with this. Like right now, maybe it's some time before we get them and I'll be like re-intrigued into it right now, but I'm so like satisfied with this ending that I'm
Yeah,
not necessarily sure I am looking forward to any of the spin-offs or
that's fair.
the extras or
That's fair.
anything like that. Like I'm happy with what we got, man. Again, I appreciate them just letting me figure out what happened with that ending. I'll never forget the beginning, and everything
Oh yeah.
between it was just awesome, dude. The best needle drops, such cool
Oh yeah.
graphics. Like CG always pretty much always look good in this
Always good.
show.
Yeah.
And just seeing these actors grow from the teeny tinies, like I said in the TikTok,
So
into
small.
the adults that they are now. Like not only on the show, but just in life. Like we saw these people grow up before our eyes
Yep.
and stuff. And it's such an awesome thing to see how far it's all come.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I love it forever. The lowest I could give this is the 9. Because again, I don't think it's perfect or
Mhm.
anything like that, but I can't take it any lower than that, man. I
That's
say
fair.
the show as a whole 9 out of 10.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah, I respect it. So the reason I give this a 6, and I'm just kidding. The show is so good.
Damn.
The show is so good. Again, the bookends are perfect. I think where we end this show is so great. Where we start again, like dude, it's so great. Like something very different because obviously it's gone on to be something else. But like season 1 of The Walking Dead is legitimately like it is like up there is like one of the best things out that have been
It's
made. Like
so
it's a
good.
really good show. Like because the other thing with that is they made it not knowing that they'd ever be able to make more. And season 2 very much you understand they realize they can make more. But season 1 phenomenal. And I do think it's kind of the same situation here. Obviously, they do have a little tease at the end with Will coughing up his slug and stuff like that. But even if you end it right there, horror stuff ends like that all the time. And like there's the chance that your audience is going to want more. And obviously, we all did. We got more. Little low note with 2, but overall we caught it. We once we caught that vibe, once we caught that like the waves, we wrote it out, man, and I think we got some really good stuff as a reward for it. Um for me, I will say I'm going to give it an 8.5. It is great. And
That's still high as hell.
it is. It
Yeah.
is. It is. It is. It is.
Yeah.
It's a very special show. There's definitely just some a decent bit of ebb and flow going through the whole series. But again, where it does ultimately leave off, I think like if I was to, so if I didn't do this, my score of the final season would probably be like a solid 8, and that is mainly because of just where it ends, man. It's so good. It's
Mhm.
great. I do think because in the moment when it was happening, the coming out. Um, I don't because it is a big thing. It's a big thing in the moment. But like as because the whole time he's I don't know how much time is spent like doing it, but he's gathering people, being like, "I have something I need to tell you. I have something I need to tell you. I have something I need to talk about." The whole time I'm like, "Oh, I know what he's about to tell them," and it's like being really built up. But the thing is, when and it feels a little awkward in that moment because I'm just like, "Is now the time?" Like we kind of should like we just got the idea for what we're gonna do to stop this guy. But then when he starts talking about it, when he's actually not saying like I have something to tell you, he's actually saying the thing. He's like I don't like girls, all this other stuff. I do think Noah. I don't. Do you know his last name?
No.
Okay.
Just snap, snap.
Noah something. Um, I do think he delivers a really good
Yeah.
performance. What is it?
As it's SCHNAPP. It's like snap.
Oh, no snap.
I think that's
That's fine.
I don't think that's
No,
how
no
you say
snap.
it.
But he does a really good job of delivering what he needs to there, and I do think everyone like receives it really well. The one thing I will say
Oh,
is there
damn.
was no need for the best friend moment with him and Mike because no, I don't want to be friends. And again, I love a lot of the memes for that being like, is there a chance I want to be best friends?
I I think that might have been a little bit irresponsible writing. I think there was a
It's a
way
little
for
rough.
that scene to
Yeah.
go better, you know?
Right.
Like,
Or
yeah,
just
yeah.
like have him
'Cause
hug and be like, I'm proud of you. That's better. But yeah.
yeah, dude. Yeah, there's different
Uh,
ways to handle that, absolutely. Like or just telling them like I still want to be your best friend.
yeah.
I love you. Like, I got your back no matter what. Give
Right.
that hug, fucking dap it out.
Or
Peace out,
blade
right?
it, man. Be like too many motherfuckers when I skate uphill and they just dap up.
And they just throw each other. Somebody throws one of the other ones off the
And they're
tower.
dead,
Oh
and that's
yeah,
the end of the show.
yeah, yeah. And then the show just ends. They lose to Vecna.
That's
It's crazy.
crazy.
Yeah, that's how they
Mike!
should have done it.
Oh man,
That's
and then
how they should
Argyle
have done it.
shows up. It's like, I hear y'all needed somebody. Oh man, okay, that's our ending. And you can, if you don't like that, be happy you got something else. But overall, I love these characters. I love the moments we get with them. Some of them do kind of fade away at the very end, but honestly, the ones that do, no hate. None of them were on my top tier list. They were just good characters. So
Yeah.
yeah, that is the thing. The other thing is Eddie rules. I love because Dustin did it. Eddie said what he was going to do at his graduation.
Oh yeah.
Dustin literally did it, and it was
Took the thing,
beautiful. It
flipped them
was
off.
so
Yeah.
good. And what a great friend to where he finally gets asked to a party by cute girls. And your friend says, let's play D&D instead. And he goes to play the D&D sesh.
And he goes and plays the D&D. Yeah.
Respect it. I respect it, man. Because I mean, obviously, it led to that moment that we got. But yeah, dude, these characters are great. I do hope for great things for a lot of these people, and it's so good. Also, the Wheelers. That's like the goated family right there, man. I understand the dad's not great, but he has a hell of a swing. And mom got the show out there at the end because
He did
she was
nothing with
strong.
that golf club.
He tried. And you know what? Someone tells
He
me
tried.
sometimes
He tried with that golf club.
sometimes trying your best is all you can do. And you know what? Maybe that person was a hypocrite. Yep.
That's that's pretty good advice. Whoever gave you that
And
advice,
you
I'm
know what
gonna
else? It
say.
was from a father. So
Probably always listen to that person that said that. Yeah,
but also Miss Wheeler was a beast at the very end because I didn't see that coming.
absolutely.
I didn't see that coming
She
at all.
did the laundry.
What the hell
Yeah.
is this? She fought a Demogorgon and like, dude, her throat got slit, and then she like blew up Demi dogs with like just
In the
putting these.
laundry.
Yeah. Oh, that's what you were talking
Yeah.
about. I thought you were just.
Yep.
So when y'all don't see Ernest, he says a lot of things offline. I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. I'm just
She
like,
did. She did
she
the.
did
She
the
put
laundry.
the
She did the
bomb
laundry.
in the
She
laundry.
blew him up. You're
Um,
absolutely right.
yeah.
She's absolutely right. And like, ah, dude, like again, because
I
the
love that they didn't get divorced. I love that she's still in that miserable relationship at the end. I think it's
because
so
trauma,
realistic. It's
because
awesome.
the trauma. Um,
Yeah.
but also respect because like, dude, ah, man, the practical effects. Her throat looked messed up at the end, and that was
Yeah.
crazy. That was crazy.
What do you think
Um,
about the little thing? How people are like, why didn't she have the scars at the end or whatever when
she
she's
was wearing
standing
like
on the
a. I thought she was wearing
stairs?
like a bow on it or something.
Oh, she's wearing like a muscle shirt or something. I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure it's not a muscle. She's at a graduation.
Not a muscle shirt, but you know, like a sleeveless blouse type thing. No,
Okay.
no. At the graduation, yeah, but at the end of the when they're playing D&D and stuff, and
Oh,
she's
I didn't
standing
notice her.
at the top of the
I was
stairs, she's
honestly
calling
pretty.
them up.
I saw her
There's a
for a
lot of talk
moment.
online that she doesn't have the scars anymore and stuff. So it's
You
all it
see
was
her for a
all an
second,
imagination.
and also like so much time
I don't
passes.
know.
Oh, also
I'm
Max
just
shouldn't
saying
have
what I saw.
graduated. I'm gonna say that right now. That's insane. She was out for two
I mean,
years.
yeah, yeah.
That was cool. And it was established that she wasn't a good student before that.
But like I
And
would
she
I'm
moved in
not
like in the
harping
middle of
on
the show.
that thing.
I'm not harping
It's
on it
definitely a
either.
loophole,
Yeah.
but I'm not harping
Hey,
on it too much because I'm more
Parker, what's up?
thinking about what's up. I'm
My
more thinking
guy.
about how like if all these people covered stuff up and made it to where nobody was getting punished for killing all these military folks, like I in that world I see her graduating. You know,
Yeah, no.
like
So in all honesty, like you do have to come into this with
but
like
she
a.
shouldn't have
You need to
in
suspend your
real world.
a level of suspend your disbelief,
Right.
and like none of the things that are just like this is so wacky. Where to the point where I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I can't enjoy this. Nothing impacted my
This just
D and
took
D
me out.
goodbye at the very end. Nothing impacted the beautiful moment of all the older kids, now adults, having their moment on that rooftop. It was all perfect. I think that all
And
ended
I
up
loved
going
her
great.
being in the crowd. I loved her being in the crowd graduating and
Yeah,
like cheering on
yeah. And it's fine.
Dustin and everything. It was
It's
great.
fine.
Yeah.
It's just like, you know
So
what? Move her on with the narrative. All right, we've got to go.
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
it's a great
We gotta
show.
wrap this up. She's graduating.
And we're gonna see her again in Spider-Man. And also, we didn't talk about it. I mean, she was in an Oscar-nominated film, The Whale, like a
She's
few
great.
years ago. She's so good.
She's a
She's also just really
asshole in
mean in
that.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's just really mean in
Yeah.
there. Very
Yeah.
much the
But
sister
kind of like
of
rightfully so,
Billy.
but like not. But
I don't know, man. She says some things about him being gay that doesn't doesn't need to be said. Obviously, it's because it's the dad, and she's just trying to be mean to him. But it's just like, well, far,
yes.
well, far.
Yes.
Um, but you see the Billy in there. It's like, okay. But yeah, it's a great show. I love this show. Ernest loves the show. He's a 9, 8.5. We would love to hear your thoughts on this, your scores and whatnot. For any of that and for our future content, Ernest, where can the people find us?
So if you'd like to stay up to date with the show,
That's
you
it.
can find us out here on all these social medias, baby. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, and YouTube. And if you'd like to reach us directly, you can find us at Life is Storytelling at gmail.com. We appreciate any and all feedback, and we fucking love you.
We love you so much, but not enough to be recording next week. So just remember, we'll be off next week. Our content will still flow. It'll just be in the form of like shorts and whatnot. And our content is going to be changing a little bit as we will be living together. That might also change how we're
And they're
recording and whatnot
roommates.
as we evolve and see what else we can do. And a lot of
You're
us,
stealing
a
your
lot of
news
this,
camera.
right. But a lot of this has been us like as trying to be podcasters, but we are trying to like fully grasp like what it means to just do the content creation thing because there is a difference. I think I took
Mhm.
that a little for granted when we started doing YouTube, but a lot like I see a lot of people making goals for what kind of content they want to make. A 24-hour stream sounds so terrifying. So we'll see what baby steps we can take going on to something like that.
I'm gonna
Um,
need a nap.
right. Well, that's the beautiful thing about two people. But
Oh,
yeah.
we can switch off.
We can
Yeah.
trade off.
Hell
We
yeah.
can
We
trade
work
off.
shifts.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But we will stay tuned because yeah, we're gonna see what we're going on. And if you have any ideas for what you want to see us do, what you want to see us talk about, yeah, hit us up, man. We love feedback. We appreciate all of you. Ernest, I appreciate you. Thank you for
Appreciate you.
existing.
Your face.
Love you. And to the Stranger Things cast, if you ever see this, we love you. We love you so
Oh
much.
yeah. You're
And
great.
Argyle, hey, my man, I love you. But thank you all for tuning in, hanging out, and have a great 2 weeks.